Remember. Ta-da! I'm live. And I've got the hiccups still from yesterday. I'm pretty fucked up, huh? So yeah, what's going on, guys? I went for like 3 hours yesterday on the new Outer Wilds DLC, and I figured instead of doing what I did with the base game, where I kind of just played it a lot back to back with only like 1 or 2 breaks, I think I'm gonna like try to space it out a little bit. Maybe have it be like an every other stream thing, unless there's like a difference in things or whatever. I don't know. But hi, Zana. I'm also gonna lower my my microphone gain because it was like a bit too loud in the Outer Wilds stream. How's that much? I think that's fine. That's still pretty loud, but it's not like... It clips when I clap my hands, but... Like, what if I get close? Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. I brought it down like 20% on the input. I don't think I like this playlist I picked. I kind of just want to get a fucking Animal Crossing playlist. This is a game where you shoot things, but like also, you know, yeah, give me that. I like a bit of a juxtaposition when it comes to music stuff. Not really, but. Whoops, that fucked up the music. My hotkeys for my stream are also tied to all this other shit. First off, I need to change the volume on Warframe because I have Warframe turned down by default. Alright, there we go. Yeah, it's gonna be a very, I'm gonna let this stream be, whatever energy level it is. I think having it be kind of low energy could be nice. Because we have a very specific goal in mind. There is a set of, these are Arcanes, don't worry about it, but these 2 categories here, these are like the new meta items. So, this item here, and this item here, which I've already finished. In fact, I've got enough to like, I could get like a rank 2 one already. But, these 2 items give significant damage buffs to your primary and secondary weapon that really help boost them in terms of, I guess just like the game's meta. So I need to my faces. It should be fine, I think. Okay. And there's also 2 other ones in each category, which aren't as good. Because like, okay, so this is when you get kills, the Merciless, which is the one we want. When you get kills, you get a flat, like, percentage damage buff for each kill, and it stacks up to 12 times. Sorry, that's my phone. But for, like, Deadhead, this one is only on headshot kills, and it only stacks up to 3 times, but the damage buff is way bigger. And if you max it out, you get a better headshot multiplier, minus recoil. So this is, like, a good for, like, a sniper, which is cool, but these kinds of weapons aren't, like, great right now, so whatever. And this one is, when you get a melee kill, you get a stackable damage buff for that weapon. This could be good. I could see the secondary one. Secondary dexterity. I could see this being good if you're using like a glaive. And a glaive and a pistol combo. But like what? 6 times 6? That's fucking what? 18? No, that's 6 times 3. No, 12. 24. Right? No, 18. Yeah, 30. 36. It's 36. That's 360%, whereas Merciless is 30 times 12, which is like 360%. Okay. So these are just the same damage buffs. Yeah, these are the same damage buffs. They just have different conditions. So with that in mind, Merciless is the best one. The only, like, I guess the difference is these give you, when they're maxed out, they give you different passive effects. Because you can see that this only has 1 effect on it, but when you max it out, it's got 3 lines of stuff. So you've got like increased combo duration for your weapon, your melee weapon, which is, that's pretty alright. That's pretty alright. And 60% holster speed. Wow, that's cool too. That's actually a good stat to have. Like, it's one of those stats you never build for this stat, but having this stat feels really nice. And then Deadhead is like, again, improves the effectiveness of shooting things. And then this one is like reload speed. So the one I really want is Primary Merciless, which, as you can see here, based on these little like notches, this is the one I've gotten the least of for some reason, and by like a significant amount. For the longest time during this grind, I literally had none of these, and it was like a real fucking pain in the ass. But so the idea is you, so like this is like an unranked one. This is just how you would get it from like a normal drop, and then if you combine it with 2 more for a total of 3, you can upgrade to the next tier. And then the next one is a combined total of 6, 10, 15, 21. So getting 21 of these lets you max them out. So I've gotten at least 21 of all of these ones that I've maxed out. That's how that works. So, I have a preferred spot for grinding this stuff. Well, first, I need to press a button here, don't worry about it.
What can we do to help, yo? We are honored to help.
I am finally getting around to buying out all the Syndicate items. It's not important, don't worry about it. Okay. So this is the Steel Path, which is just like a hard mode. It gives huge buffs to all enemies, and also you get some like better drop chances, which is cool, I guess. And there's like dailies associated with it, because it can be hard to get like to do matchmaking if you want to actually play with random people. And the whole concept of these alerts is to like funnel people into the same spot. But we don't care about that right now. What we actually care about is fighting the Acolytes. That's those are the enemies that drop the items we're looking for. Now, an Acolyte is an enemy that spawns about every 5 minutes while you're inside one of these missions. So what you want to do is get into a mission where you can just have them, you can just sit around like an endless. I like doing survival because you can leave a survival immediately once you've gotten them all. You don't have to like wait around. You can leave whenever you want. You don't have to wait for the next reward cycle in a survival. So even though the reward cycle is on a 5-minute interval, if you get really lucky and you get your 3rd Acolyte by the 12-minute mark, you can leave. Also, only 3 Acolytes can spawn. So once the 3rd Acolyte spawns, you have to end the mission and then start another one if you want to get more. So I like doing survival. I kind of just pick arbitrarily, like Grunier survival. I think I like, because Infested, you can get some toxin damage, which can like insta-kill you, and that kind of sucks. Because it like ignores your shield gate or some shit. Maybe not your shield gate, but
enemies have moved.
fears. Use all that you have learned.
Thank you, Tisha. This room. Part of doing this survival stuff is finding an appropriate location for it.
Support has been cut off.
You want to go. This is just general Warframe stuff, but if you're doing survival,
I'm sending auxiliary life support.
it helps to have like a good room. And I don't know about this one. I have done this grind in this room plenty of times, but I think I want to shop around for one that isn't this one. So this is the Tsar, the cannon weapon that I'm using here. It is very strong. Oh, you know what? I think I like this room. This room's kind of big, but it's like surprisingly effective. Although it is linked to like a full room here. Doesn't really make it the best holdout point. Let's poke around a bit more. Maybe like here.
Life support
Here?
on the way.
Nah, this room's a little too busy. This room's too big, and it's got like a big divider in it. This hallway, though. I like this hallway. This is a cool hallway. We'll do this shit in here. So, the Tsar is a cannon, and it shoots big explosions, and it's very good. It kind of trivializes the huge health pools that enemies in the Steel Path have. And with the Arcane, the item that we're farming for, this weapon gets much stronger. So the more enemies you kill, it ramps up the damage to the point where you can one-shot things pretty consistently. You gotta be careful though if you don't have.
Do you believe in God? I am God.
Bean. Hey Schroyer. Thanks for how long has that been? 7 months. Thank you very much for the 7 months of support. That's fucking nice as hell. We're killing lots of people today. I love Outer Wilds because it's a game about learning things and appreciating life as it is. This is a game about snuffing life out. In mass. Killing life in mass. So, Outer Wilds, we played it for like 3 hours yesterday, the new DLC. And, I'm not gonna spoil anything in case someone's lurking here who doesn't want spoilers. But, I like it so far. It's very different from the base game, in a lot of ways. And I think it's pretty good. I am looking forward to playing it again, but I am deliberately putting a bit of space between sessions because I don't want to go like hard on it like I did with base game. Because I feel like that might hamper my enjoyment of it a little bit if I try to play it too much. And yeah. Yeah, the VOD's gonna be up, the VOD's gonna be up at about, like, 8 p.m., I think. No, 7 p.m. Eastern, I have it scheduled for. I could put it up earlier, but just for whatever reason, I was like, you know what? I should, like, part of me was considering that I should delay putting the VODs up until, like, a week from now, because I don't want to, I want people, like, to be able to watch it on their own time after they've played the game themselves, because I know a lot of people care about that, but also, like, fuck it. So I compromised by just pushing it back 4 hours, which is completely pointless, but it's a thing I've done. Oh, okay, here's an Acolyte. That little flickering indicates that an Acolyte is about to show up. This is what we're looking for. It's Misery. Hi, Misery. We gotta be careful because some of these Acolytes can one-shot me, and if you die while fighting an Acolyte, they go away. But look at that, we killed them real quick. The Tsar is very powerful. A decent melee weapon will also do short work of an Acolyte. But that means you have to get real close to them, and some Acolytes, they all have different abilities. They share, like, Warframe abilities and stuff, because they're, like, corrupted Warframes or something like that. Some of them have abilities that can just, like, instantly kill you if you're in a bad position, and you kind of have to be careful of them sometimes. Which is why I'm not a big fan of meleeing them, unless I'm in a multiplayer game. Because if you're in a multiplayer lobby and you die, the Acolyte doesn't go away, necessarily. I think, like, everyone has to wipe or something for that to actually happen. Which is kind of weird. And I do pretty well on Steel Path, but, like, the Acolytes do still occasionally. Even with all, like, my big meat strength that I have access to. You just gotta, like, watch your health, and if your shield gate is down, you just want to, like, make sure you're not taking enough damage to actually impact your ability to not be dead. But we're Wisp, so we have fuckloads of health and health regen because of our ability that we're using here. This funny little circle we made on the ground. So as long as we touch that circle like once a minute, we will have big health. Wisp is great. If you ever play Warframe, Wisp is your best friend. I feel I long for a world where 1 in 4 players play Wisp, because that means every lobby will have a Wisp. Because I think every lobby should have a Wisp. Wisp is delightful. Her buffs make you stronger, make you fucking invincible to smaller enemies. Like, the only way for, like, no joke, the only way I can die when I'm playing Wisp is if someone deals in like 2 shots. 2 shots. What exactly is the Steel Path? That's a good question. Anyway, I can only die if someone... I'm going to answer that, sorry. I can only die if someone deals, like, over 2,000 damage to me, like, twice. Because I also have my shield gate. But the Steel Path is a sort of hard mode of the normal star chart in Warframe. And you unlock it by completing every single mission on the star chart. So that's all the, like, little nodes and stuff. If none of them are blinking blue anymore, you should have access to the Steel Path. Although, I believe there's a quest. It might be locked behind a quest line or something. I'm not entirely sure. But... So, anyway, regardless, you have to do the whole star chart, and you'll end up doing a lot of the quests while you're doing that anyway. But once you actually get Steel Path access, it is a harder version of all the normal content, all the normal, like, star chart content, and even the open worlds have Steel Path missions, Steel Path bounties. So all the enemies have, like, 150% like health and armor buffs, and they also deal more damage. But in turn, there is, like, double drop rates for... It's a bit like Terraria hard mode, but it's more of just, like, straight up numbers instead of, like, properly new content. You know, it's more like expert mode. Terraria expert mode is more accurate, because it's the same content but much harder, and you get better rewards that help you do that content, and content similar to it. For instance, the Acolytes live in the Steel Path, so every 5 minutes, up to 3 times during a mission in Steel Path, an Acolyte will spawn. Here they are. They might instantly kill me. We gotta be careful. And if you kill that Acolyte, you get a bit of Steel Path Essence, which is a currency type that you can cash in at Teshin to get special rewards. There's a lot of cosmetic rewards available. Normally they only drop 2. I have a resource booster currently active. There's also daily missions. There's like 5 dailies that give a guaranteed 5 essence drops each.
Life support.
I need to touch a life support capsule because I'm not getting enough life support. And some of those are cosmetic, like this operator set I'm wearing.
Been replenished.
If you don't know what the operator is, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But some of the really important meta, I guess, power boosts are available through the Steel Path, like Arcanes, primary and secondary Arcanes. That is the real cool thing that the Acolytes drop, and that's why I'm here. You get cool, like, scaling damage stuff. It's fun. It's great. And what else? There's other things you get from Steel Path. There's like 2 ephemeras you can get, and there's some mods. A lot of the stuff you get from Teshin's store. They put a blunt next to my fucking thing, and I can't teleport it to it easy. These Grenier know what they're doing. They're nerfing the range on my 3 by doing that. Also, there are rotating rewards in the Steel Path shop, like weekly. So you can get stuff like an Umbral Forma for Steel Essence and stuff like that. It's really cool. It's definitely something like, it's worth at least doing the dailies if you're not grinding for the Arcanes. But the Arcanes are also very, very good. And they are worth grinding for, and you will get Steel Essence. The Steel Essence grind and the Arcane grind are the same grind, so there is a lot of rewards to get while you're doing this. Also, you can get like ribbons if that's your thing, and Teshin's shop will usually sell a ribbon cipher to automatically like complete a ribbon challenge, which, you know, I've dabbled into ribbon stuff, and I'm not a fan of the system, but you know, to get a cool ribbon is fun sometimes. I have a few neat ribbons, but
Life support activated.
you also get like orbiter decorations and some kind of basic emotes and stuff you can do when you finish an entire like planet in Steel Path. Which, if you like orbiter decorations, finishing the Steel Path star chart is fun. Although some of those orbiter decorations look kind of not great. I wish they looked better, but whatever. Not that big of a deal. It's not what we come to Steel Path for. If you're gonna do Steel Path, you definitely need, you're gonna need to be pretty well equipped. Because, man, there are some weapons that will just obliterate the normal star chart, but if you try to bring them into the Steel Path, they're kind of not great. You want sort of the highest of the high-end weapons are really going to give you the best performance. Although, if you have a good melee weapon, that will service you well. You also want to make sure you're survivable. I like Wisp. Wisp is my Warframe for Steel Path. Just because her health buff is enough to make her not invincible. I still die every now and then. Especially if I'm like either not paying attention or I'm getting kind of like bursted down by a lot of guys at once. For the most part, I do well, especially with the Tsar. The Kuva Tsar is very good. I think, like, generally speaking, like, Kuva weapons, the really nice Kuva weapons are gonna do you real well here. Can I please teleport to my... It's literally, like, inside the blunt. What the fuck? It's Angst. I love Angst. Hi, Angst. Come here. I'm gonna shoot you with my cannon, like, 12 times. You're gonna be dead, okay? killing the Acolytes can be especially annoying. I am dealing with them very quickly, but I have chosen my weapon specifically because it's good at just killing them very fast. I would recommend doing this with other people if you like know some people that you can queue with, or if you're okay with like looking for a group.
You are running out of time. Consider extraction.
Thanks, Lotus.
We will all
Anyway, we didn't get any of the items I wanted. We didn't get any of the arcanes I wanted, but that's fine. Haha, that's fine. I guess I could probably just do like a capture mission and then fuck around. But if I do a survival mission, I can get like relics, which is nice. Anyway, yeah, here's all the, just gonna go over it again. Here's all those arcanes that we're looking for. Merciless is the good one. This one is just good. These are more conditional, but they all give the same damage buff. Like they literally give the same damage buff, just in different ways. Like this is on melee kill. The difference being they have different passives at the end. Like plus 30% reload speed from Merciless is very good. And the ammo max is really great, especially for weapons that kind of suffer in that regard. It's pretty nice. This is the stuff I'm feeding to Helmet. I've been doing a lot of, I've been catching up on my Helmet collection lately. Because I noticed that I only had like 2/3 of the Helmet, like, set of abilities. Which I'm working on right now. Some of these are gonna be a pain in the ass to get though. Like Sebagoth. I gotta get Sebagoth again. I gotta get Hildren again. Trinity. Ugh. Don't worry about doing this grind if you don't have to. Getting 2 of every Warframe is a bit of a chore. Do we have any new wave stuff we can be doing?
Nora
Really?
is all.
I think I want to choose a different
for
node.
Nora to say goodnight.
We could try doing like an infested. Oh, I don't have this. I do not have the infested survival over here unlocked. There's an infested survival here. So we give this a shot. You know, one of the other things I might be doing today on this stream, I might try doing some Deimos bounties. Because the Halloween event's coming up.
You must provide
And the Halloween event accepts Deimos tokens as its like currency, other tokens and stuff. So I think I want to like grind out a bunch of those.
The emergency life support I'm delivering is your only chance for survival.
This is a dead end. And that's a dead end. Okay. Now, Infested can't put down blunts and annoyingly block my reservoirs. They might be saying, hey, dumbass, just put your reservoir in the air. And you'd be right. I forgot I could do that until just now. That's not in the air. That's in the air. I mean, they both kind of suck, but now we can do what I wanted to do. Wisps 3 is really fucking strong. And if you use it to teleport, it doubles the range.
Life support incoming.
I don't build Wisp for a lot of range. I think I have like 90% range on her. So I'm about at normal, like default range. And that's good enough. She doesn't really need that much more range, but if you want to build her for range, you definitely can. It's just that power, stuff like power and duration are way better on her. Power specifically because, you know, her buff scales with the ability strength. I say power, I mean strength. They call it strength.
Activating
This
it
game.
will buy you more time.
This Infested Survival starts out pretty easy because they don't send any like special units after you for a good while. But man, when they start breaking out the toxic stuff. I guess this is a good tile for doing this because we're not going to end up like with blind corners that just have like a dude draining our energy or whatever. They blow up so good, though.
Teto, prepare for life support.
If I was playing like a different frame for this, I might not go for Infested, because a lot of my frames that I do Steel Path on, I'll usually put Hildren's Pillage ability onto them to help with survivability. And it's also an armor strip, which is really good. But Infested don't really have any armor, so that means it's like fucking useless. Just a pain in the ass to deal with. It comes up. This is very appropriate music. I love this. I can't wait to get the reload speed buff on this Tsar. Because, like, the reload for the Tsar isn't that bad, but it's kind of, like, it's just enough to be annoying. Like, I feel like I'm literally always reloading. But the idea of, like, just a 30% buff for free on reload, I'm gonna love that so much. The double ammo capacity, or rather, the ammo max, isn't really gonna matter. Having 30 shots in reserve is not important when ammo conversion is like really good already. Like ammo conversion on the Tsar is a little like OP. Like you will actually never run out of ammo. Because it only carries 15 shots and you just pick up any ammo type for it. Like the conversion rate does not matter. Like it would on a weapon that uses a lot of ammo instead. Oh, that's an Acolyte. An Acolyte? It's hard to tell. Sometimes you get hit with a debuff, yeah. There's that one, like, infested debuff that looks like the screen's flickering, but it's not. We're missing a little bit. Direct hits from the Tsar should, like, fuck them up. There we go. And Wisps 3, which, by the way, this ability, I think it speaks for itself, but when you hit things, it chains the damage.
Successful start. When you need it, extraction is ready.
Which is like, it chains and amplifies the damage. And it occurs to me my talkie sprite is covering part of the Wisp's interface, but I don't think it's important to look at. Don't worry about it. I have a few other weapons that are as powerful as the Tsar for doing this, but the Tsar is all about like single shot big damage, and its reload is decent. Well, normally I would be using, if I wasn't using the Tsar, I'd be using the Trumna, but the Trumna is kind of like unwieldy. Like it's really, really, really powerful. It has a huge magazine size, but the reload on that thing is kind of a nightmare. Once I get the, once I max out my Merciless Arcane, again, I'll get that big reload buff. Small, but big. And that'll make the Trumna even better. I also have a Riven for the Trumna, which I use in place of, because it has a bit of toxin. It's Riven that gives toxin, minus recoil, and like plus reload speed. It's not a great Riven, but the reload speed on the same slot as my toxin damage, that's pretty good. It's not that bad. And also minus recoil is good on the Trumna, but normally you would use the augment slot for minus recoil. Because the Trumna, the augment slots for weapons, you'll usually slot in either like a range extension or, not augment, Exilus. Whatever. The Exilus slot. Because that's the slot in a mod loadout that's reserved for like a special set of utility mods. And but one of the big things, and this is what I'm using that slot on for my Tsar, is ammo conversion for weapons that have really bad ammo economies, and just you run out of ammo really quick. But the Trumna doesn't need that because it just has so much goddamn ammo, and you like can't reload fast enough to like run out of ammo. But they have some armor. The buff dudes that give them armor. But because like, and that's why I would advise putting like a minus recoil thing in that slot for the Trumna, because the kick is a little bit much, but just a little bit of reduction on it makes it very easy to handle. The Trumna is a fucking like wild ass like machine gun. It's like it's like using a mounted machine gun as like a two-handed rifle. It's a fucking wild and wacky weapon, and it has a wild grenade launcher that bounces all over the place and fucks shit up. Anyway, but now I have nothing to put in the Exilus slot because I have that Riven that serves the same function. So like combining mod slots together with like a Riven, so like having a Riven that serves multiple mod like roles and allows you to like condense stuff to like presumably put more power into your weapon. The problem is the slot I'm saving is the Exilus slot, and the Trumna doesn't really need anything else in that slot, so it's kind of like redundant. So I just have an ammo conversion on my Trumna now because there's not much else I can put on it. I think I might be able to. It's hit scan though, so I can't put something like projectile speed on it, I don't think. I think hit scan projectile speed is only on like shotguns, because that's like an effective range kind of thing for them. All right, Acolyte number 2. We're not getting extremely lucky with the times here. Not that lucky. The Acolytes are affected by my 3, which helps when they're in a group of enemies, but they tend to spawn on you, and we're not in the enemies, so not a lot of them are spawning in the enemies. But as you can see, it doesn't matter.
The longer you fight, the more successful we will be.
Alright. There's a lot of shit in here. Kind of get like, all like mazed in and that. You know, if I'm playing Wisp a lot, I probably don't need to put radiation on my Tsar. I just need like magnetic on it instead. Because that Wisp produces radiation with her 3. I should take that. Although that only actually matters if her 3 can click status. Sorry, I'm thinking about my build. Very specific stuff. Part of the meta of Warframe right now is getting as many statuses onto an enemy as possible, because all of our damage mods, all of our really good damage mods on our different weapon types, they scale up damage based on how many statuses an enemy has afflicted on them, right? So whenever you see like an icon next to my damage numbers that isn't a number, that means I'm inflicting a status. And each icon has a different status type, and you can see it on top of their health bars. You'll see like those like similar symbols attached to them, and that is their status effects. So each one of those status effects they have, I get like an 80% damage boost when hitting them, which is really good. So the more statuses you have, the more damages your damages. The more damage types you have, the more statuses you're producing, therefore the more damage you're doing. But you can only really put so many status types, like elemental types, onto a single weapon. Like usually you're gonna have like 3, maybe 4, depending on what your stats are. Yeah, so in Warframe, so Warframe's elemental system is kind of, I like Warframe's elemental system, although some elements need to be buffed. Warframe has 2 types of damage. It has physical damage and it has elemental damage. And both of those categories are divided into 3 and 4 categories. So physical damage is divided into 3 categories. You have impact, slash, and puncture damage. Ballistic weapons will typically have at least 2 or all 3 of the physical damage types, but they will have them in different amounts. So different weapons will be weighted towards different physical damage types. Like my fucking katana here deals primarily slash damage, but it does have a bit of impact and puncture on it. Now, elements are divided up into 4. But, okay, so the reason... First of all, I guess, because I touched on this, I should explain this. The reason weighting works... The katana is very cool, and it's one of the best melee weapons in the game. Also... Whoop, I'm stuck. Also lets you do this. It's very cool. Warframe is very cool. There's a lot of weapons that are very cool in this game. Most weapons are very cool in this game. There are weapons that are so... Some of the worst weapons in this game are fucking awesome. Remind me to show you the ghoul saw after this. So, the weighting. So the ratio of damage determines the chance. So whenever you hit something, you're dealing all of your damage types to them at once, but what actually determines what status gets procced depends on the weight on the weapon. So the ratio relative to other damage types. So if you have like 90% slash and then 5% impact and 5% puncture, you're going to be doing mostly slash procs because your weapon is weighted towards it. That doesn't mean you can't get the other ones. It's like, I'll say, a 5% chance, right? So...
We will all share in this bounty. Hold out.
Remember when I said they can kill you instantly sometimes? That was one of the Acolytes that has an ability that can just kill you instantly.
Permit me to assist.
Oh, and now one of my liches is here because I died. Okay. They're here to help me, it's fine. Alright, well, that was the 3rd Acolyte, and it left because we died. It'll be easier to explain damage types when I'm, like, outside of the mission. I can, like, show you my, like, loadout. Going to extraction. I'll get there eventually. Okay. So the different
will serve you well.
Weights and stuff. Like, slash is the best. It is, like, just objectively the best physical damage type. Because slash procs are bleed. It's a bleed damage over time effect that scales with the damage used to inflict that status effect. And it like pierces through like shields and armor and shit. So it's very, very good. But like, here it is. Here's my sword. Behold, here's the damage types on the side. Okay. Now they're on this side. So here's all the damage types this thing does. So it has impact and puncture, which are very small, and then slash, which is big. This is like a slashing weapon. And I have an element I've added to it. I probably need to revise this build. This is a very old build. Like, I should put this in here. Actually, no, this is better. So this does primarily slash, but also there's like elementals in here, which I'll talk about. But you know, this is a good fucking example. Maybe this is a bad example, but yeah, fuck it. There's like literally a tutorial I can like pull up. Talks about stuff, I think. I think it's in here. Tell me about damage. This is gonna. I know for a fact this doesn't tell you about all the elementals. I've like looked at this before. So yeah, elemental damage is divided up into 4 main categories, which is heat, electricity, cold, and toxin. Not categories, I guess. These are the types. 4 different types. So each one has different like attributes to it. Heat is a damage over time. It's status effects. It has a status effect, which is a damage over time and an armor strip. Electricity is a stun and a damage over time. Cold is a slow. Toxin is a damage over time that pierces shields. And if you combine damage types, elemental damage types, they will actually create new elementals. So if you have heat and electricity modded onto your weapon, it makes radiation. Like cold and toxin makes viral. So there's actually like way more elements than just 4. It's fuck, what would it be? I don't remember the equation calculating permutations of 4 things with no repetition. Whatever. But there's radiation, viral, blast, gas, corrosive, magnetic, and I think that might be it. Is that it? Might be it. I think that's it. And each of these has its own sort of identity. So, but because these combination elements exist, this actually introduces an interesting limitation. So if I have like, you know, let's like grab a weapon for demonstration purposes. You have an element on you? You. Oh, you'll work. Okay. Here's a random fucking weapon, right? And let me just get rid of the red numbers. Okay. So this has no elementals on it whatsoever. Also, you can see this is weighted towards impact, with a very little slash and a bit of puncture. Wow. So if does this work? It does not work. Okay. So if I get like heat, let's look for heat. I can put a heat on here, and it bases, if it doesn't have an element, it bases the amount of the element it gives you on, I think, the total damage. So what, this is like 60%? Something, I don't know. The scaling is weird. It's math, don't worry about it. So now we've got a bit of heat damage on here, but if we put a cold mod on here, that heat turns into blast because it's combining itself with the cold. So what that means is, if I have heat, and say like I want, say I want to do like radiation. If I have radiation modded onto my weapon, I can't also have heat. Because the heat, if I just put more heat on, it just goes into the radiation again. So if you have heat, you can't also have radiation. Now, there's some other like clever stuff you can do, like with the way these are arranged. So if you put like another element on, like let's get cold, you can see electricity is now isolated because cold and heat are combining to make blast. Because the way this actually works is it goes in, there's like an order of operations based on like how you organize these. So so it's combining the first two and then the third one is orphaned. But if I do this, it's now combining cold and magnetic and leaving heat alone as a third element. So like this is actually pretty good. Magnetic's a good element, and heat, this is like especially important, like knowing how to do this, because heat is one of the best elements in the game, but it's one of the base elements, which means you can lose it if you're not building your weapon correctly. But that also means that if I want one of the 3 elements that utilizes heat, I can't really have them on a weapon like this. However, there are cases where that isn't necessarily true. So this weapon here has innate heat. This weapon has heat by default. Okay? Heat by default. Let's actually just take this off. Heat by default. So here it is. Heat. Ignore this. Heat. So if I put more heat on it, it'll just like increase the damage that's already there. But like before, if I put like cold here, it'll combine. But let's see. Now if I want to say add like radiation. Pro tip, if you type the combo element in here, it'll actually pull up the component parts. So like typing in radiation brings up heat and electricity. Nice. Very, very good. So if I put like electricity in here, it becomes radiation, right? But how does this work? There's a way to do this. I forget how it is. There's a way to get like, actually no, I'm thinking of something else. This just has heat, so you're gonna like add on to the blah 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 blah. What I'm actually thinking of is weapons that have innate combos. That's what I'm thinking of. So if I go to, at least I need to fix these elements on these weapons. In my Zara, the weapon I've been using. So this guy, I have innate radiation as a damage, which is a combo damage type. So if right now I add more heat, it just instead of adding it to the radiation, it has its own independent thing. It creates heat because I'm not like combining this with anything else. But if I add a bit of look here, now these mods are combining to create radiation, and it's actually buffing the radiation now because I'm creating like more of it. It's kind of weird, but you figure it out. So that's why like, so the cool thing is I can have radiation, which is a combo of heat and another element, but I can also have heat by itself. And that's what we're doing here. We've got heat, we've got radiation, and we have an unrelated combo element here, which is viral. So now we have 3 elementals. And this is a blast weapon. So it also has innate blast on it, which is another heat combination element. But it also has cold in it, which we're using on viral. So like there's more like stuff normally would not have been able to combine together on our own. Because of the default stats this weapon has, we're now allowed to. There's also like one of its projectile types has like physical damage shit, but Like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We also have something over here which kind of cheats a little bit. Hunter Munitions is a very, very good mod. It's like one of the best mods in the game. And it's pretty easy to get. But this makes it so whenever you deal a crit, you have a 30% chance of applying slash damage. Like slash procs. Regardless of whether or not you have slash. So like this blast, my explosion, has no slash damage on it. But it has a 75% crit chance. So there is 75% times 30% chance of dealing slash. And that's completely independent of other status stuff. Very good. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 plus slash. That's 5 status types that this weapon applies. Which, I think that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, this does have a status chance. Okay. So I think optimal, if I was being really optimal about this, because Wisp has a status chance for radiation on her 3. She has a 64% chance of inflicting radiation status effect on the enemies affected by her 3. Which is good. Also, her buff has a 100% chance of inflicting electricity damage, or the electricity status when it deals damage. So she has 2 free status effects in her kit. So if I was being optimal here, I would swap radiation out for magnetic. The way Kuva weapons work is you have a set of elements that you can have as the innate element. So there's a bit of customizability here. And I chose to have radiation as the innate element here. Whereas like on my new core, which the new core weapon itself has innate radiation, so I chose the bonus element to be heat. Yeah, I really should swap this out for magnetic. I could deal like way more damage if I did that. That would be +1 element. And you can actually see the engine that powers I just remembered. I told you guys to remind me to do something between missions, and I don't remember what it was. Oh well. So, Galvanized Aptitude. Ghoul thing. Thank you. Thank you. After I explain this, I'll show you that. Thank you, Troy. So, Galvanized Aptitude increases status chance, like, on base, but it has an on-kill effect, which is plus 40% damage per status type affecting the target for 20 seconds. Stacks 2 times and lasts 20 seconds when you kill something. So this is effectively plus 80% damage per status. So if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 5, plus 6 on Wisp, theoretically plus 7 times 80% additional damage. That's good. That's really good. Sorry, I'm clapping my hands into my mic, but that's very good. Anyway, so I was talking about how some weapons are dog shit, but dog shit weapons are still cool. This is the Ghoul Saw. It is a big fucking saw. It's kind of hard to see here, but it is a giant fuck-ass saw. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. It's not great, but like, in fact, hold on. I will actually like show you what this thing does. I will like real quick fucking show you what this thing does. Take me out of Steel Path. Go open world. So this is a big fuck-ass saw. 2-handed saw blade weapon. It is the only weapon of its kind. It's actually new. They added it like this month. So we're gonna take out our big fucking saw. That's the wrong buff. And This weapon is very cool. Unfortunately, when you ride on it, it has to end in the slam. Wish that wasn't the case, but it's fucking great. This weapon is so fucking cool. Got like its heavy attack where you just fucking do this shit. It's fucking fantastic. And it kind of sucks. It's kind of not a good weapon. The damage it outputs, its range, its like hitboxes, they aren't great. They aren't great, but goddamn, it's so cool. It is just the fucking coolest goddamn thing. I love this stupid weapon. I'll never use it, but I think it's very nice. Alright. Or Arcanes, huh? Oh, God. Yeah, I really should fucking get radiation on my, star. I have a Lich right now.
How much fun we had when you killed me.
She's a delight. I'm still working on getting the last Lich ephemera, which is why I have, like, Toxic Lich here. Toxic isn't a great element for the Lich weapons, but... Alright, we're gonna go back. But we're not on Steel Path. Alright. Let's go back. Go back and kill a bit. I think I might try to kill off my current Lich, and then we could go look for a Radiation Czar.
Distract the infested while a lone Tenno operates for supplies.
I think I want to do
Set
that.
off the alarms to start.
Get to see some Lich killing. Hi, Xana. Welcome back.
A steady stream of toxic spores is being released into the area. Hold on. Emergency life support.
That's very... Hey! Do you want a fun Warframe thing you'll never be able to unsee? Who's holding this flashlight I'm using? Who's holding this flashlight? Because, like, I can point it at myself. I'm not the one holding it. I want to teleport to that. We need to look for a good room to stick around in. This one's okay, but I don't like the vertical columns here. This is a fucking Animal Crossing museum.
Life support on the
I was like, I should get exciting music so that I can play Warframe with exciting music. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck that, actually. That sounds fucking stupid. I want, like, chill-ass music. Animal Crossing playlist never really fails me. That's a dead end. Here, that's a dead end.
delivered a life support capsule to the
It's
area.
not a door.
Activating it will buy you more time.
I should have taken a bathroom break before this mission. Did I say get a Radiation Czar? I might get a Magnetic Czar. You know, this stream, I'm very caffeinated right now, which explains a lot of my scatterbrained state I'm in. But like, man, sometimes I really feel like I probably have some fucking undiagnosed degree of like ADD. That would actually explain a lot. But I've heard getting a diagnosis for that is kind of a pain in the ass. So. You know how it is. I think this is a good spot to stand. Yes, just... It's slightly agitated by the explosions going off in your face and stop moving for a second. I love how that feels. It's so good to get stunned by my own explosion. So you used to be able to deal self-damage to yourself with explosive weapons. So the Tsar, when it first got added to the game, the original Tsar, this is like a Kuva version, which is better. But if you did this, you would fucking die. Like shooting the ground was a death sentence. And one of the fucking annoying things about explosion weapons is allies. You can hit allies with the explosion. You can't hurt allies with the explosion, but they will trigger it. Which means if an ally ran in front of your face right as you were pulling the trigger, you would just die. That was the price you paid for playing the Tsar. It's funny. Although actually some frames, having self-damage was really good for them. Because Chroma, the elemental dragon frame, one of his abilities, his best ability is Vex Armor. Vex Armor makes it so that when you take damage to your red health, you gain a massive damage buff. Percentage-based damage buff. But it can be kind of annoying to get enemies to hit you, to, like, actually trigger that. You need to take damage. So what Chromas would do is they would equip the Tsar and they would shoot themselves and do a fucking backflip. And then that would, like, max out their damage buff. Oh. Acolyte's here. Alright, that was way too high up. Here we go. Do not jump off. Okay, go, my... Oh, no.
Operative is making progress. This
fucking Acolyte spawned underneath our platform.
Extraction is ready.
This is one that has, like, a teleport. They go... Yeah, okay. If you've seen Acolyte going invincible for a second, that's a bad sign. That means they're gonna, like, teleport you or some shit. All the Acolytes have predetermined abilities. I just cannot be bothered to remember them because there's, like, 6 of these assholes. And they all have the same face, more or less, just with different, like, Warframe bodies. That one was Mesa. That Acolyte was Mesa, by the way. The cowboy. You can't tell it's her, but you can, I mean, you can tell because of the shoulders. She's got, like, the jacket.
Life support has been replenished.
You're right. Yeah, look at that. Wisp is technically the fastest Warframe in the entire game. She can teleport an infinite distance as long as she can see her reservoir. As long as you have line of sight on these are the reservoirs, you can go there. In practice, that's not actually going to make her very fast because you have to already have been to that location to get there. But in the open world, specifically Fortuna, the big ice open world, if you want to do a meme, you can set one up on the peak of a mountain, go to the other side of the map, and then teleport to it. That's the thing you can do. Or you can set one up in the sky, but I don't know. You'll have to have some weird priorities to be doing that kind of stuff. Wisp's ability to teleport to her reservoir is kind of incidental. I only do it because it doubles the range of her 3, which is very good. I think it's double. It kind of feels like it's more than double, but that's just kind of... That's how circles be, I guess. I'm explaining a lot of like the weird minutia and like weird like there's like subtle stuff about Warframe that kind of a lot of people take for granted. Mostly just because I know 90% of the people who are going to be watching this stream have literally like never touched Warframe. Also, I'm fucking caffeinated to all hell and I'm jittery. But these are survival missions that we've been doing. And survival missions, you have a life support system meter on the side, and that is ticking down like 1% per second. And if you kill enemies, there's a chance they drop an item that will replenish that. It's this yellow icon that you'll see every now and then, or like yellowy orange. And they have kind of a low drop rate, especially if you don't have other people with you, because spawn rates are tied to the amount of people in a mission, which kind of sucks. But there are these white icons that are life support like pods. And if you use those, it'll give you 30% like instantly. But you have to wait for them to spawn. You'll normally build up a lot of them though, because grabbing the life support, like little life support pickups that the enemies drop will help slow down the drain enough that you don't need to be like constantly using the big ones. I'll use one now. Wow.
Life support activated.
See, Lotus let me know I activated the life support. Thanks, Lotus. You're always there for me, haha. Oh yeah, I haven't been counting this whenever I talk about the amount of statuses I can do, but if I direct hit somebody with my explosion, there is a chance they get an impact proc. Which does, I guess, help damage a little bit. A little bit, but that like never happens. So I don't really count it. All right. Hey, look, it's violence. Violence?
Look what our operative just found. They could not do this without you.
Fuck. And I died. That sucks. I fell into like a pile of toxin and it killed me. Lovely. Oh, I have to put the buff down. When you die, it resets all your like abilities and shit, which is not fun, but it makes sense. Oh god, we're about to run out of life support. We still got one more Acolyte that has to spawn.
Spore saturation is nearing critical mass. After that point, no amount of life support will save you.
Just thank you, Lotus, for letting me know I'm about to lose.
Been replenished.
Yeah, if the life support drops down to 0, you game over. You don't necessarily game over. You only actually game over if it's under 5 minutes into the mission, I think. Otherwise, it forces you to leave. So I think you still get your rewards. I think that's how it works. I could probably just like do a capture mission, capture the capture target, and then AFK and wait for the Acolytes to show up, but like I've said before, I can get like a couple useful rewards by doing a survival, and it'll take the same amount of time. It's just that I have to like manage life support every now and then. never remember to use my goddamn... I have a... So on 4, my 4th ability is Rhino's Roar, which is not an ability Wisp normally has. It belongs to Rhino. But through the helmet system, you can give Warframes replace abilities with other abilities. Wow, it's so cool. Customization. But Rhino's Roar is a damage buff to all damage. And my buff gives 97% extra damage. Wisp is a Warframe that builds up strength and duration, which are 2 of the stats that Roar needs. So whenever you are considering what new abilities you want to like add to a frame, like what abilities you want to replace, so you can like better customize and stuff like that, it's important to consider what stats your Warframe is already like using, because there are some abilities that are going to be incompatible with your Warframe, not because like they are like literally incompatible, but because you don't use that stat at all. And you would have to compromise the rest of your build to actually like use their ability in a way that is at all useful. We need more stuff. Mission's almost over anyway, so let's migrate a bit.
Support activated. Life support has been replenished.
Let's hang out here. Nice wide area. I can jump over there if the Acolyte gets to be annoying. Or if there's like too much toxic shit that I gotta avoid. Use your damage buff. I don't like need the roar damage, but some enemies don't get one shot, and this makes them get one shot. Which is good. Why am I going up? What the fuck was physics there for a second? That's not normal. I was like, just kind of levitating. I know I'm Wisp, and that's like thematically appropriate, but like, what?
The more successful we will be. I've delivered another life support capsule.
The Acolyte is taking their time. That wasn't the third Acolyte. Did I fail 2 Acolytes? No. Oh, here they are. The question mark item on this menu right here, that's the Arcane. So I can tell how many Acolytes I've killed by looking at that. And I know I died to one of them, so. There we go. Nice and painless. Bruh. Don't fucking kill me. Toxic Ancients deal direct damage. Die now. Alright. Primary Merciless, that's what we're looking for. This is the item we want. We just need like 6 more of them or something. And these are ribbon slivers. You can craft a ribbon with them. Fucking whatever. The ribbon, the purple thing here is just like another Steel Path reward. Okay, well, we don't have enough to upgrade our... to upgrade Merciless yet. Oh, no, we do! Awesome. This is a... 12 times 5. This is a big buff for our damage. That's 5% more damage per stack. Now we just need 6 more. Need 1 more of these and we'll have all of our secondaries maxed. I can start like, I'll probably like sell these. I don't know how much they're going for right now, but I know Merciless is going to be the actual valuable one and these are going to be like secondary. But, well, I am gonna BRB. I gotta use the bathroom. It is a very lovely bit of art drawer. Excellent. I'm back. Fastest piss in the West. And hand washing. Wash your hands, kids. Okay, well, we just buffed our Czar. That's cool. We buffed all of our primary weapons, basically, by doing that. So I think I want to do a bit of Lich stuff. I want to do a little bit of Lich stuff. So this is my Lich loadout. The two important things here, Banshee and the Sea-Doo. These two items, they kill Liches. They make them be dead. They make them die very, very hard. The new core is for everything else. Anything that isn't a Lich, I hit with a new core. Also, the Nikana is still here. But whatever. So, let's go fuck up our Lich. So we've got,
I forgive you for what you did.
This Lich is almost done. Almost. Might take a little while, but they're almost done.
Oh, I win! I am having so much fun with you, little meat. Ooh, what shall we play next?
Ruk Bechev is their name. Amazing. So Lich content is... It's a little tedious, but it's not that bad. Like, there's some parts of it that could be a pain in the ass, but for the most part, we are doing normal star chart missions, but with a little bit of a higher level, and also Lich stuff is happening. So like, these guys are thralls. We kill them, and they give us Murmur, which, if we get enough of that, it tells us the password we need to make our Lich be dead forever. And then we get to take our Lich's weapon. And the Lich weapons are all pretty good. Some of them are lackluster, but I'm using a Kubanukor, which is a Lich weapon. Okay, so weapons are independent from Warframes entirely. In your loadout, you equip a Warframe, you equip, you know, any primary, secondary weapon, any melee weapon, although there are some... Oh god. These Liches here.
Mediocre.
But there are some Warframes that have their own weapons. They're called, there's a name for them. And this is this guy's Lich. Lucky him that spawned. They're Exalted Weapons. So, like, Excalibur, who is one of the starter Warframes, he has a special sword that he like summons. His Exalted Blade. And it's a unique melee weapon that only Excalibur uses. Like Ivara, who is
Your target is this location.
a sort of stealth archer.
Find and access.
She has a special bow that she
Need
summons.
to destroy
The
reactor.
Farouk, who's like a monk,
Controls.
has like special fist weapons. Same thing with Atlas. Wukong has a staff. There's a couple things like that. But for the most part,
Target found. Destroy it.
weapons are independent.
That's it. Now get out of here.
That's the wrong button. Health. I press 1 to get health. I press 3 to make them stop shooting at me. And I press 2 to make them die faster. Do I press 4? Not really.
Oh, little meat.
That said, there are some weapons that synergize really well with different like Warframe ability kits. But usually, you know, it depends. There's a lot of different like fucking scenarios you could find yourself in. At the highest level, there's a lot of weapons that kind of act as utility, like the Sea-Doo that I'm using right now. The Sea-Doo has a particular damage mechanic that uses the sort of status effect damage stuff that we were talking about before, but it has its own version of it that is very, very good at killing liches specifically. Which is why I have it here. And Banshee, her 2, that makes her deal more damage to stuff, is very, very effective on liches. So if we combine these two things, we one-shot them. It's very good. These abilities stack together. It's nice.
This is a rescue mission.
The Sea-Doo is one of the best weapons in the game,
Hostage.
but I really do not use it outside of these missions. Just because, like, I don't know. The Sea-Doo is a neat shotgun. Its exploding glaive it shoots is very good. It's got a nice tight spread, so it has decent range on it. But, I don't know. For me, just, like, the general use of it is a little underwhelming, but the glaive is cool.
As soon as you can. We don't have much time.
Like, look, these guys all have fuckloads. Look how many statuses they have on them. I didn't even have to touch them. They just died. They just die on their own at that point. And these aren't, like, nothing enemies. I mean, they kind of are. But these enemies are, like, a bit stronger than most things you would find on, like, the standard star chart. Look at all the fucking icons next to this dude's name. Look at that. How he's dead.
Nobody knows you're here.
Oh. Make a cool Halloween icon up here. There's a special item you can use to like summon a lich prematurely. I don't have any of those right now, which kind of sucks. Can I not fall into the goo? I hate this tile set, by the way. I fucking hate this tile set. It's terrible. They need to fix this tile set. There's so much like weird shit. You can like fall. Like, oh my god. There are like vertical kill planes in random locations in this tile set. So like you can just be running along and it'll like fade to black and respawn you somewhere else because it thinks you fell into a pit for some reason. It's such a pain in the ass.
I'm in your debt, Tenor. Let's go home.
Prisoner located. We need to get them back to command in one piece. Find your way to the exits, and don't leave the subject behind.
That's like a ridiculously tanky enemy, and I killed it in like one good shot.
Got an extra weapon?
It's actually 2 good shots.
Walk out of here.
Not a lich. Thrall. You see, if I shoot and the enemy's not dead, that means I missed. Look at this guy. This guy's fucking tanky as shit. I deal no damage. Oh, he's dead.
Consider down. Stay alert. There could be more ahead.
Oh, also the exploding glaive is homing. It seeks out targets. It's silly. Like, I can just do this. Okay, so it's missing a little bit. It didn't like that guy was sitting in that turret.
Kind. I shall buy something lovely with this. A germ weapon, perhaps.
The liches are so witty. So fucking witty, I can't believe it. Okay. We still don't have
Anything
last symbol we need.
from one to pieces.
And we haven't gotten any other guesses in yet. You know, let's do a survival. Doing longer missions gives liches more time to spawn, but it guarantees that you're going to be wasting time if you don't like stab your lich. It's, I don't know. I feel like they could they could clean up how these missions work a little bit, just so you're not wasting as much time.
Life support has been cut off. They're trying to choke you out. Hold
I'm
on.
invisible because I have a mod that makes it so when I hack something, it makes me invisible. Isn't that exciting? Oh, hey, look who spawned. Immediately at the beginning of a 5-minute mission. Okay. Okay, this is my wild card, so it's gonna go off immediately. Please? Fuck. Well, I've narrowed it down to 2 more possibilities. So it's gonna take 1 or 2 more fights with my lich to get it to its final stage so I can kill it. So by process of elimination, I know that the 2 icons, the 2 words I've identified are not in the middle, which means they're on the sides. But I don't know which one's first and which one's third yet. I haven't actually successfully guessed the location of any of the words in the sequence. You can get lucky sometimes and kill your lich on the first try without even like any information, which I've done a couple times. If you do liches enough, you'll run into that like, every now and then. It's really rare though.
I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
So now we're just like gonna sit here for 3 minutes basically. Oh hey, someone else showed up. Maybe we'll get more murmurs to get our last word. The more people in a Kuva Lich mission, the more thralls and stuff that spawn, gives you more opportunities to get more information. See our meter on the top for our murmurs almost done. The last murmur takes a long time to get, but the first 2 are pretty easy. Like if you don't immediately kill your lich, like on the first try, usually after like 2 or 3 missions, you'll have like at least like almost all the progress to the second word, which makes guessing easier. I think fighting a Lich gives a decent amount of murmur as well.
Council is now available.
So if you're fighting somebody else's Lich, hey, a Wisp! Look at that. Now we're buffed. Some Wisps don't like to use the shock buff that gives like electricity, because it doesn't deal any damage. It's only really inflicting the status effect and stunning enemies around you. And it can be kind of annoying because it hits enemies through walls. So, whoa! That's a fucking rare chest. Holy shit. That's really fucking rare. Holy shit. Shame I didn't scan that. I put it into my codex. Those things are really fucking hard to find. There's a very, very rare chance that like a secret little chest like that spawns and it has like a timed booster in it and a blueprint for like landing craft. I think I already have the Mantis. I have like 2 of the landing crafts and they're pretty rare because the conditions to have them drop are like really specific. I know I just got one of them. I think it was the Mantis I just got actually. I can check. They don't actually matter because they don't do anything useful like at all. Landing crafts that you can unlock are all really bad. The default landing craft and its ability is the best one, which is this little thing here. And what it does is it, all right, no problem, Xana. What it does is it pauses the like alert timer. So if you're doing a spy mission where you're trying to like hack into a vault and you trigger the alarms, a timer will start counting down. And when that timer counts down, you'll fail the mission if you don't like raid the vault in time. But this, the default one pauses that timer, which is pretty useful. Not the most useful thing, but it is not the best ability in the game to have, but it is the most useful like landing craft. Mantis engine. Look at that. And we got like a, what, was it a credit booster? I think it was like a 30-minute credit booster. Which I'm not gonna use. I'm not gonna take advantage of it, I don't think, because water. Well, I can't see any booster if I have it. Oh well. The UI here has been bugged for like the last patch. Sometimes it just like breaks and you can't see it. All right, well our Lich move.
If all those I've killed were alive right now,
It's not this symbol.
Say?
It's not this symbol, which are two symbols
Let
we
me
know.
out! Where am I? Oh, void! It's so dark. Ah!
So I'm gonna switch this with that, so that our wild card is in the middle. And if that's correct, if this is supposed to be on the left and this is supposed to be on the right, then that'll work. But if it doesn't, then we'll know what the actual solution is. So it's a maximum of 2 more attempts at stabbing our Lich. Let's oh. Let's rescue. Sabotage. These are quick enough.
I need you to sabotage this ship's reactor. The reactor is a complex system. Start by removing coolant cells.
Tenno, I am detecting a synthesis target. Use the synthesis.
Ignore the strange Orin man on the corner. He doesn't.
My intel intel suggests
He's not saying anything important.
supply caches in the area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them if you are willing to shoulder the added risk.
My power. The enemies aren't instantly dying. What is this? Oh, I haven't ramped up my arcane yet. Boy, the enemies aren't grouped up. How to... Thrall, like right here. Yeah, the sort of drawback of the damage buffs is definitely the condition. Because sometimes there'll be a couple seconds at the start of a mission. And it's usually really brief, because like once you ramp up, it's kind of hard to lose all your stacks. Oh, wait, this is one of those ones where you gotta like... Oh, just had a weird entrance for some reason. The audio is weird because I'm using silence, which ducks the audio.
Sabotage. Use whatever you can to make sure.
That's one of Banshee's. That's Banshee's 3, which makes it so
a coolant cell has been.
I make no noise, which is cool, but not that important. But the real cool thing is it'll stun enemies temporarily when they enter its range.
Destroy the injectors.
I missed.
A blast door has blocked your evacuation route. Find a way to open it.
It's kind of hard to point out. So all my buffs that I'm like currently under are in the top right. They're those green icons. And one of them is secondary merciless. It's the one that says ×7 on it. ×6 now. So the stacks decay. So really, you have a long time until you run out of all your damage buff. It's just that it like goes down a little bit if you're not like killing stuff. But the damage buff makes it easier to kill stuff faster. So more often than not, you're gonna have it maxed out. If not, like at ×10 instead of 12.
I didn't
Just like a couple
say
seconds have gone by.
You could play here. Now, give me that.
Oh, right. I hit Alt-Tab instead of... Okay, there's the credit booster. Yeah, it's 23 minutes on it. We already have like 10 million credits. We don't need more right now. And it'd be kind of silly to just go out of our way to like go to the credit grinding area just for this. They've been doing like weekend boosters lately, so it's not that important. We're kind of not lacking for credits right now. So, no, it's alright. It's okay, it's okay.
Our intel suggests that our person of interest is in the vicinity. Search for the hostage and bring them home.
There is a sanctuary target here, Hunter. I sense it. Track it with the synthesis.
I hate this room. This room specifically sucks. If you're entering from the door down there, you have to jump all the way up here. And the geometry in this room is fucking terrible. It's one of my least favorite rooms in the game. For that one reason. Certain tile sets will have rooms that are just such a pain to navigate.
Leave without rescue.
And it's like for no reason. It's a lot of it's just like you get caught on the terrain when you're jumping around. I think like the Grenier tile set, this one has a lot of that. Where like I'll get stuck on doorways and stuff. And that's just a dude grabbing me. almost got the last word. We need like one more guy. We might not use... I like to use the wild cards, the ools, instead of using like the actual like final word, just because I have so many ools and actually grinding out the like mods you need is pain. Oh, there we go. We maxed it out.
You are approaching the threatening area. Careful. If the wardens detect you, they will surely initiate the execution sequence. Keep moving.
Execution
None of the
sequence.
detected you. The captive will be in one of these cells. Search them.
I'm in your debt, Tenno. Let's go home.
You've located the hostage. Take the prisoner to the extraction point, and I'll take care of the rest.
Got an extra weapon? They won't just let us walk.
It helps, even though I've maxed out all of the stabs on these guys, it still helps to do them because they can drop special relic types that let you get the items you need to continue doing lich stuff. Anyway, here's the 4 ability that I never use.
Oh, little
It kind of doesn't really do anything.
kind.
It used to be like an overpowered like AFK farm
weapon, perhaps.
ability, but it hasn't really been useful for that in a long time. I have these like little sesame seed things up next to my desk, which I'm trying not to eat at all, because they're like fucking crunchy. Can't hear them, but it's rude to eat on stream. Fortunately, I'm doing it. You can hear it a little bit. But not that much, actually. Kind of surprising. Oh, wrong button. Well, so I don't have this mod. I don't have Reese. But I do have 10 fucking wild cards. So I'm just gonna use Ool anyway. Like, Ool is supposed to be rarer than everything else, because it drops from a different, like, location, but it drops from killing liches. And my luck is ridiculous with these. I gain more than I spend with these things. It's silly. Oh god, now I'm choking. Okay. Let's do... How pissed off are you?
The queen.
Survival. I'll get less out of the survival. Now, whenever I do a mission and my lich doesn't spawn, it's kind of a waste. So really, we're just grinding. Because the more missions you do, the higher the chance of the lich spawning becomes. So that's kind of our objective right now, is specifically to get to the lich, because now there's nothing else we can do to make farming for it easier. We are only trying to kill it. We are like in the last stage, really. Why am I not headshotting you? How is this not a headshot? Those enemy types are special because you have to headshot them, or else you do like almost no damage. They have a special like kind of damage reduction armor that goes away once you deal enough damage to their head. But they've got like TF2 heavy issues where trying to headshot them from behind is like annoying. I think it's the heavy TF2, I don't remember. There are like some TF2 classes where it's hard to get headshots from behind just because the way they're hunched over.
Get ready for the capsule.
Not running. Why am I not sprinting? is Wukong going? Stick together. It's a survival. It goes faster if we stick together. And he's gone already. Whatever. It's like, this is like not a real survival. Only here for a few minutes. In fact, our time is almost up. You know, it's just nice. It's nice if we stick together. It cools all the enemy spawns in the same place. Two! Wait, three! I love that bug. Oh, I love it. So sometimes they bug out. Those specific items will bug out sometimes, and they won't display the name properly. They'll just display the Roman numeral 3 surrounded by asterisks. Which is a silly bug, but I love seeing that bug. Like, they tried to, like, bold the Roman numeral 3 for some reason. They took my gun. Took it back. That one Grenier enemy type can steal the weapon out of your hand. They suck. They're just annoying. Because sometimes that'll happen and you won't even notice it. Because there's like so much shit going on. So this new core, this weapon I'm using, is very cool because it chains. It also is powerful. It is straight up one of the best weapons in the entire game. Straight up. That guy's having a lot of fun. I gotta respect him. So happy.
Oh, little meat. Too kind.
This lich is taking longer than I thought it would.
With this. A germ.
I was like, oh yeah, it'll take like 15 minutes to kill this thing. It's been like 30. Fuck. Ugh. Let me like see if I have that item that like makes them spawn. That forces a spawn. I might not have it equipped. I appear to not have... Oh, no, wait, that's not it. I don't have it. Damn it. That's another... You get that item from killing liches. Is a little weird. How annoyed are you?
Remember how
More. Okay. Do an exterminate. It's a quick mission, but it's kind of long. There's a little bit of time for the lich to spawn, but not too much. You're moving around a lot. Okay. Cast my ability so I don't die instantly. Stab this guy so we don't gotta reload because we have a blood for ammo, which is a mod everyone should be using because it just reloads your shit for free. It's great for doing liches, especially if you have a weapon with a shitty reload time. So with the new core, a lot of the times I will just like spray a crowd with it and I won't wait for them all to die. Because, like, the statuses are going to take care of them. But you don't have to worry about it. You. Not bad. Enemies that knock you down like that, I don't think they should be in the game. There's mods that make you immune to knockdown, but I don't have that mod. And also, I don't think I should have to mod that. I don't think I should have to use a mod for that. I think that's wrong. Come on.
You have broken the ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
Oh god, I'm stuck on a pipe. Oh, that's not my lich. Fuck. Well, sometimes it does display the wrong lich on the screen. But, yeah, this is definitely... Don't fall. You guys have... Oh, wow. You don't even have the first one yet. Damn, dude. Pretty far into the lich cycle, man. You have to stab your lich, like, 4 times to get here. Not even using Ool.
A little treat from my little meat. Thank you, darling.
We're getting more of these fucking sesame sticks. Salted sesame sticks. These things taste like pork rinds, but without all, like, the shitty awfulness that pork rinds entail. Which is to say, they're just like fucking, like, salt incarnate. Now, of course, I can't fucking stop eating these things.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Come on, lich. Come on, lich. Come on, lich, let's go. I want the lich.
I need
I
you
want
to
to meet them.
sabotage this ship's reactor. The reactor
I
is
just want to ask him a few questions.
Start by removing the coolant cells.
The hunt is on, Tenno. The synthesis scanner is detecting a potential target. Use it. Search for traces of the target.
Thanks,
My intel
Mars.
suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area, but I am unable
I
to
have a scan target in this
location. Search
zone.
them out if you are willing to show
And Samaris wants to remind me every single time. Even though I'm not doing it. I'm sitting on easy scans for when the Nightwave wants me to do scans, and I don't want to, like, have to roll one. Stealth kill affinity bonus. Oh, yeah. Press that button and we wait for the thing to go away, and then we keep going.
a coolant cell has been extracted.
He's gonna grab that one. I'm gonna go under here, and I'm gonna put this
Now
in.
is your chance to complete this sabotage.
Press X a lot.
Can to make sure it never works again.
Up. And I'm gonna go up. He's gonna get there before me.
Coolant
So
cell
I'm gonna
extracted.
prepare my Sea-Doo, and I'm gonna blow up the thing, and I missed, and I'm gonna blow it up, and I got it.
Inserted. When the reactor
I'm going the wrong way.
This will trigger down. Destroy the fuel injectors. A blast door has blocked your evacuation.
Lotus is very far behind what we're doing. They never intend. These mission types are ancient. And they like never intended people to do these this fast. Lotus just keeps talking. She gets so far behind. But like, the order of operations here. That guy was fucking zooming.
Remember?
Oh fuck, that's my Lich.
We had when you killed me.
That's my Lich. I know them. Uh-oh, I need energy. I'm gonna press 2 a lot. And then, that's the wrong weapon. Shoot him in the fucking part that they're glowing in. Glowy bit. Why are you not taking damage? Why are you not taking damage? Come on. Okay, well, we did not get lucky. We did not win the coin flip. Unfortunately. Gotta stab them one more time. That sucks. So they've migrated to now, like, the harder tile set. The last tile set they go to. Fucking stalker here? It's flickering. Oh, okay. Doesn't seem like anything's showing up to fucking kill us.
Mission complete.
Sometimes there are like special mini bosses that'll like invade a mission if a certain player has like a certain tag on them. A lot like how the Acolytes were showing up for Steel Path, but it's like totally random. All right. About to switch these. And our Lich is over here now. Which is just a delight. Delightful. We have a smaller chance of running into people here because this is for people who have stabbed their Lich too many fucking times without killing them. We're looking to fucking kill them, actually.
Scans show Grenier are harvesting Kuva nearby. Set off the alarms to draw them out. Then
There's someone else in my
the
squad.
catalysts.
Didn't tell me someone else was in my squad.
Predictable. As expected, Grenier
feel
has
like it
shut
did.
down environmental systems, sending modified life support capsules. Use these
Alright, give me all your
to save
fucking
your
armor.
environment or attach Kuva catalysts to begin harvesting.
Yeah, definitely the caffeinated manic energy I had at the beginning of this stream is
Capsule.
simmered down a lot. But my objective was for this to be a chill stream, not like a wild ass one anyway. Where's a Mesa?
Show me what you have learned.
Oh, somebody's here.
I have learned
Wait, no,
that
they're
it takes
not.
only 8 pounds of force to remove a human ear.
He's just talking to me for some reason. I hate it when they do that. Delicious will just like taunt you without actually showing up sometimes.
Activating it will take more time.
I had one Lich where like kept fucking calling me like every few seconds. It was infuriating. He just wouldn't show up. He just kept calling me instead. why this Mesa is in operator form. What are they doing? Not in operator form anymore. And now they're on the ground. And they died.
Tenno, prepare for life support.
Bruh.
Little meat.
You miss me so much, come kill me. Stop just talking to me on the phone. You have that option. I think Mesa's objective is to, like, AFK. Which, I don't know. AFKing and stuff is not that bad, because usually, like, you got shit to do. You gotta, like... Sometimes you just gotta, like... You know, put the game down for a second, because you gotta, like, take a phone call or whatever. That's not a big deal. I don't blame anybody for doing that. Also, there's an AFK protection in this game. Where it just won't give you mission rewards. So, like, it's their loss. Alright, mission's almost over. No fucking lich. Which isn't surprising.
Commencing Kuva harvest.
Commencing a harvest. But we're about to leave.
Another life support capsule.
We're gonna leave before that thing is done. I was considering starting a Kuva harvester just for like the bonus rewards, but that's a thing you gotta defend for like a whole minute. Considering, no, mission's over right about now.
Extraction is available if you need it.
I ain't gonna fucking defend that thing. I'm going to the thing.
The harvesting capsule has been destroyed.
I love this tile set, but it's a little awkward to navigate sometimes because of like the marker. We haven't run into any of that here, but there's a few rooms in this tile set that are like unreasonable. Completely unreasonable. Watch me press forward. This ability is kind of useful because like you can AFK at the exit for a good while and it'll like stun enemies so they can't like hurt you, I guess.
Additional life support has
Where's
arrived.
everybody? Although you can't check the map while you're doing this for some reason. That's kind of odd. Let me out! Let me out! Get on the fucking thing! What are you doing? Yeah, that's just how it works, alright? You can't, like, normally in a survival you can leave without anyone else, like by yourself, but this isn't like a real survival. You actually have to have someone there to start the extraction timer.
A little treat from my little meat. Thank you, darling.
You can't hear me eating, but you can hear me like opening this thing and like moving it around. Which I do not consider.
Ooh, my playground expands.
All these suck. Also, a lot of the Koopa missions suck. There's a couple, like, specific missions that only exist in this tile set. They suck. Not a fan. I would like to pass. Also, there's this fucking room. Oh my god, this fucking room. Getting the door open is a pain, because, like, no one knows how to do it. Because there's, like, 5 different versions of the door that have different ways of opening it each time. Sometimes you don't even open it, you gotta, like, go through a hole in the wall. And just, do the markers tell you? Nope. They sure as hell don't. I don't know why that happened. I didn't press that button, but okay. Sometimes the game will just, like, make you do, like, a special assassination animation. It'll just automatically do it, and I have no idea what triggers that. I think it's, like, holding left click or something. That's not mine, but it's somebody's. Fuck are you? More orange I can make him, the better. Man, I wish that was me right now, stabbing that lich. I was considering grinding out another lich this stream, but I'm probably gonna, like, spawn one, and then I'm gonna go back and do more Steel Path stuff. Like, I'll create a lich, but I won't fucking farm it out to the end. Always the one guy you gotta wait for.
Everyone pays in my playground, one way or the other.
This is such sleepy music. My god. Delightful. It's delightful. So, I guess I could talk about some of my plans for future stream. Because I've been thinking about some stuff. I have a couple games lined up that would work really well on stream. Like I've got Steam is frozen. Steam is frozen. Steam is... Never mind, Steam is frozen. We're not looking at that, I guess. I switch these.
Ooh.
But I've got Katamari reroll, other stuff, which again, Steam is frozen. I don't know why, but Steam is frozen, so all of my windows just got minimized. What the fuck? OBS is frozen. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. I don't know what that looked like on your end. But, I, like, stopped existing for a second there. I don't know what the fuck that was about. My whole computer is, like, freaking out right now. Playing Warframe just, like, does that. Steam is... I'm not gonna touch Steam. I think that, like, agitating Steam is, making everything get worse. I'm, like, stuttering now.
As soon as you can. We don't have much time.
Is there not another person in here? Oh, it's a Nidus. Nice. Just fucking around? Okay. Maybe this is a rescue. You have an objective. Is he just fucking around? No, if he's gonna fuck around, I'll let him get all the thralls. He can do that. Wrong way. That door is locked. Gotta go around. Wait, never mind. Wait. See, this is what I'm talking about. This room sucks. There's no way to know where you're going. You just have to, like, get lost. You have to go, like, the wrong way to go the right way. It's fucking terrible.
You are approaching.
Oh, wait, I have to wait for him.
If Wardens detect you, they will surely initiate the execution sequence.
Now he's gonna be lost in there for, like, an hour or two. This is the multiplayer experience right now, right here, right now. This is why I solo a lot of stuff. This is why a lot of stuff is just better soloed. You don't have to deal with this shit. Like, waiting. That's never open. I don't know why I ever checked that one. I'll go this way. This door that's open. Oh, that's open. Oh. The fast way to do this rescue is to wait for one of the enemies to walk through the doors. Oh, you're already fighting your guy. That enemy would cause problems if I let them. And of course the Nidus still hasn't figured out how to get in yet.
Thank the stars, not a minute too soon.
Thank the stars, not a minute too soon.
Located the hostage. Escort the prisoner to the extraction
God.
point, and I'll take care of the rest.
Warframe has great sound design and good voice acting, but a lot of this game is like really old.
Got a weapon for
And from like the era where Warframe was very bad. In a lot of ways.
It hurts. Help.
Oh, god damn it, and the Nidus isn't gonna get here fast enough, which means I have to pick up the survivor. The fucking Nidus? Where's the... Oh, they're right there. Nidus! Yes. Okay. This is very low stakes. I don't know why I'm, like, being melodramatic about it. Like, it genuinely isn't, like, a big deal at all.
I didn't say you could play here.
Trying to eat my fucking sesame sticks, and they're falling all over the place. Like I'm a fucking slob, an animal. Oh fuck. Alright. How close are we? Not very. Shit.
How shocking it must have been.
I guess I could do defense. Scuba defense kind of sucks. Like, defense is usually really easy. But this map is a pain. It has a bunch of hazards. The gimmick of this map is stage hazards. So, like, every round, different hazards will turn on and off, eventually getting to the point where it's all fucking hazards. Which I think is, like, cool, but also, ugh. Like, half the time, the hazards aren't, like, effective at all against, like, hurting you. You can kind of just, like, brush them off, but it's stuff that adds up a little bit. Like, imagine especially, like, a weaker player, a newer player, who isn't, like, equipped as much as they should be. Definitely would have, like, a bad time here. Yeah, that's the sound. Now there's turrets.
This has
Oh my god, it's my Lich. Oh my god, it's my Lich. Where is she? He's up there. Why aren't you dying? There you go. Alright, she's dead.
You deserve this.
Why aren't you dying?
We both.
Why have you stopped dying? Alright, and that's that done. So now, there's one final mission we have to do. But it's really easy. It's also Railjack. I don't think I've done Railjack content on stream yet. That should be cool. I think Railjack's neat right now. It's not great. It used to be really, really, really bad when they introduced it like a year or two ago. But, they've done a lot of changes to it. They've done some major reworks to how, like, a lot of sort of spaceship battle content works. I think it's not that bad. They still need to work on how rewards are distributed. Because it feels like a lot of Railjack missions are really long, and you can get similar rewards for much less of your time in other parts of the game that aren't Railjack. Hi. Oh, you know what else happened yesterday? So after the Outer Wild stream, I was checking out the new Dead by Daylight PTP. There is a new survivor coming in like 2 weeks. And they're bringing along with them the new Boon Totem mechanic, which I'm excited for. I like the new mechanic. I think they're really cool. But in their current state, there's one. Where's my fucking what? Huh? My weapon is strapped to my hip still. What the fuck? It's so weird. Oh, the objective might die. Actually, if the objective dies, I get to leave faster. If the teacher dies, we get to go home early. It's pretty sweet. Look it up. But, so there's 2 boon totems, and the idea is survivors can turn hexes or dull totems into a boon totem. And a boon totem inherits all of the boon totem effects that survivor has equipped on their perks. So if you have 2 boon totem perks, the boon totem you create will have both effects. And it seems like boon totems are buffs that apply within like a 28-meter radius around that totem. The objective is so gonna fucking die. And the 2 that are in right now are Shadow Step and another one that is a healing-based one. Shadow Step makes it so that run marks within the range, and for 2 seconds, I think, or maybe 5 seconds after you left the range of the boon totem, all survivor run marks are hidden, as well as survivor auras. So the killer can't read your aura when you're standing in range of this boon. Which is kind of like, oh boy. That's pretty effective, and I think it's really cool. It's hard to get a Survivor game in the PTB because, you know, everyone's trying to play with the new Survivor toys. But that means you can get killer games really easily. So I was doing a lot of killer stuff, and Shadow Step seems like it's really gonna like fuck with some people. Like there's gonna be some great placements for that. Okay, we succeeded. I thought we failed for a second because the music is not on right now. So one of the problems though is the other boon totem is it's a heal buff. So it enables self-heal. You can heal yourself without a med kit, much like self-care, while you're within its range, and it increases the speed of healing by 100%. It's a little bit overpowered right now because you can stack that shit and you can literally heal a survivor faster than the killer can attack, which means you can infinitely heal and you can catch the killer in like a stalemate loop where you just heal forever and they can't do anything about it. It's a little busted, and there's no way they're not, like, behavior does some weird shit, but there's no way they're, like, letting that live, because, you know, but killers can snuff out, and there's another thing, killers can snuff out the boon totems with, like, a quick action. They can just, like, stomp on it and put it out, but that doesn't destroy the totem. The totem is still there. And survivors have no penalty when it comes to creating another boon totem. They can just put the boon totem back in the same location, as long as there's a totem there. And killers can't destroy dull totems, so it's a little fucked up. It feels like the boon totem action, like creating a boon totem cleanses a hex, right? I feel like it should also functionally cleanse the dull totem so that when the killer snuffs it out, the killer crushes the dull totem. Now, this can impact like the effectiveness of Noed, which uses a dull totem to activate into a hex totem. But if survivors are effectively cleansing dull totems to create their boons, I don't think that matters really. It doesn't seem like it should matter, because they're, you know, they've cleansed the totem. The totem should go away. That totem should be gone for everybody. Now that might mean that like survivors get more value out of that interaction, which is fair. But I think maybe the better way could be having it so boon totems, kind of similar to Leon Kennedy's flesh bang. Dear God, flash bang, kind of similar to the flash bang. Make it so that God damn it, I don't have the resources for that. Make it so you need to work on a generator to like build a meter that lets you craft a boon totem, so you can't just like spam them. You have to be doing gens. I think that could be good. Either that or make it so you can't make more than one boon totem in a match, right? Like every survivor gets to make one boon totem and that's it, which I think might be the best solution. Because like giving them some like a buff for doing an objective like a gen, something they're already supposed to be doing, seems a little like that seems a little bullshit to me. It like is potentially like rewarding survivors for things they're already. I'm dead. You're like rewarding survivors for things they should have already been doing. It's probably not something you want to like. Can I, like, please not die? This isn't the weapon I want. I want this weapon. Stop fucking killing me. Thank you. Get me out of here. There's way faster ways to kill those things, but I ran out of ammo and I didn't have the shit I needed to replenish my ammo, so I just decided to, you know what? Fuck it. Now that we killed all that shit, we can go fuck up our Lich.
Cruise ship has gone bye-bye. Alien has entered the fight.
You have to use that big weapon to blow up those cruise ships. But if you don't have the ammo for it, you can craft it. But if you don't have the resources to craft the ammo, you can just go inside and blow it up yourself. But the enemies in this are really high level. And my Banshee is not that survivable. Let me heal. My Banshee isn't all that survivable. She's a bit of a glass cannon. And Pillage helps, like, put a band-aid on that. But Pillage isn't, like, amazing.
Oh, little mate.
You kind of already want to be a little bit survivable if you're using Pillage. The real ability you want to have equipped on Banshee here is Gloom.
Like this.
And Gloom is Sevagoth's ability, who's the Warframe with the fucking, like, JoJo stand. And that ability gives you health steal, which is good. Oh, I missed. I'm gonna die. I open up the chat. Heal me. This. Okay, there we go. I have one of those days where you get 10 million status effects and you just fucking fall over and then you die.
And so it goes.
Stop shooting me. I always fucking die here. And I just got one of those items that force summons a Lich. That's what this is.
Avail yourselves of up to
This item right here.
5 minutes downtime.
And now we go home. That's how you kill a Lich. I recommend doing this mission if you're equipped for it solo, because if you don't do this solo, you have to help 3 other people kill their Liches, which is kind of pointless, because you don't get anything extra for it. I mean, maybe you might get more of these ultimatums. I actually have to look into that. Maybe you get more ultimatums. That would actually be a good reason to do this multiplayer. but whatever. You know what? While I'm here, I want to manage my railjack a little bit. There was like some shit I was crafting.
Dropping Tenno out of airlock.
Yes, buff. Oh, it costs endo. I have a lot though. Whoop. Yeah. So this is actually, these items kind of work like the Lich system, where you can like combine stuff to make it more powerful. Should like repair this. So. Whatever. I need to like look into what some of the meta stuff is for stats on Railjack. I don't really know what stats are good. I guess it depends on your. Because you can equip. Oh, I'm getting the water. You can equip a lot of stuff. And there's the weapon we got from killing that Lich. It's an explosive bow, which we are going to combine with one we already own. It's not a weapon I really like use, but I kind of like the concept of this thing. It's like a rocket launcher, but it's a bow. I think that's neat. Let's click on this button. We're gonna keep radiation. I guess I should really make stuff magnetic or so than radiation because of how much I play Wisp. Something to consider. Alright. Is Wisp? Wisp, I think, is radiation. Okay, so the way making a Lich works is every Warframe in the game has an element assigned to them that's in the background. It's a hidden element. And depending on what Warframe you use to create your Lich, the Lich will have that element. So for magnetic, which is the element we're looking for, we have Harrow, Hydroid, Lavos, Mag, Mesa, Zaku, Ureli. Alright? So we just gotta pick one of those frames. Here's Mesa. She has the magnetic element. So we're gonna grab her, and still solo, by the way. Make sure you're still solo. Go to this mission. You can do any mission. You can do any mission, but this is the best one. Any Grineer mission. And we're gonna have to do this a couple times. You'll see. You'll see why. Because we are looking for a Tsar. The weapon, this cannon weapon we're using right now is what we want.
Find, capture, and extract our target.
There is a sanctuary target here, Hunter. I sense it. Track it with the synthesis scanner.
Also, the Tsar is a shotgun. It has a mode switch, if it suits you.
Capture them quickly before they escape.
Amazing.
Mission complete. The captain has been escorted to the extraction.
Now,
well done.
We just continue on our way a little bit. Okay, the lights flickered. That means we need to start killing enemies. And once you kill enough enemies, there we go. Now this icon, you can recognize that as like the Kuva Lich icon. We just have to kill this guy. And it'll tell us the weapon. That's a Quartak, which is a good weapon. But we don't want it. It's not the weapon we want. So we're actually gonna just like leave the mission. And we're gonna restart. So every single time you get that to spawn, it'll give you a weapon, and you can decide whether or not you want to create a lich with that weapon. And we're going to repeat this process until we find what we're looking for. We're looking for a Czar.
You are here to find our target.
And because we're
bring them to
Mesa,
the
it'll be a
extraction.
magnetic one.
Happy hunting.
There is a sanctuary target here, Hunter. I sense it.
I'm using the shotgun mode on this thing just because I don't want to, like, I don't need the damage.
Found a target.
I don't need the damage, and I kind of just want to, like, not make myself fall over.
Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
Alright, there's the thing. Use some of the AO. My mouse is like hitting the side of my keyboard. I need to like give myself more room. I'm in the ceiling.
Queens will
How did I get here?
pleased. Clone rot has come too far. Send word.
Hey, you. Oh, that's a Grattler. We don't fucking want that. Alright, we're gonna leave again. We're not getting any, like, other rewards from these missions anyway, so aborting doesn't really... Which it just makes it faster. We don't have to, like, leave, man. You just have to, like, go through the load screen, which you would have to have gone through anyway. This part can suck because you're rolling the dice on, like, 15 different weapons. It's like, it's a kind of a small chance to get the thing you're looking for. You do have to be
You
lucky.
are here on a capture mission. You must
I could, like,
find,
keep
capture,
rolling, like,
and
rattlers
extract
over
our
and over
target.
again.
Tenno, I am detecting a synthesis target. Use the synthesis scanner to track the creature.
Mars is detecting a synthesis
Bring
target.
them in.
Yeah, I should use the synthesis scanner.
Excellent work. We'll interrogate the
Oh my god, I'm about to die.
base. Your part is done here.
Oh my god, I almost died.
A large security force heading your way. It's the Grenier.
Super near. Please give me more help. What's my cat not being... Oh no, that's because I don't have a cat. I have a fucking Helios.
Subject found.
I can't heal my robot just by meleeing like I can my cat.
Lich viability.
You do this. And this. I'm not a fan. Mesa's kit is really powerful. There's the Czar. Mesa's kit is really powerful. Like, all of her abilities are really good. I just don't like that her 3 and her 2 are these, like, timers you have to keep managing. Like, whenever the timer runs out, I have to push the button again.
Die.
And, like, if you don't push the button, you die. Using Pillage on her, which is the same ability I have equipped on Banshee right now, does make her more survivable, and it means she can deal more damage. But still, a little lacking for my taste. Alright, well, we've just created a Kuva Lich. Hopefully this Kuva Lich won't have an ephemera, because then I'll feel obligated to not take its weapon. Watch just my luck, I've been grinding for a toxic ephemera for like a few weeks and haven't gotten it. Watch me get a fucking magnetic ephemera.
Your poison.
Okay, it doesn't have one.
I
Good.
evolved. You are no poisoner. You lie. You are alive.
And once they're done talking, we can open up the menu and take a look at it. Okay, no ephemera, that's good.
Fall with an expected
And a magnetic Czar. So the percentage does matter here,
I shall be waiting.
but because our Czar, I'm pretty sure the Czar we have is maxed out in terms of its percentage. Wrong button. No, it's not actually. It's like 8.8% away from being maxed. This will max out the elemental bonus on our Czar. So that's good. We don't, I mean, it's 0.8%. It's not that important, but it maxes out at 60. So this'll, doing that'll, like, you know. But, like I said, I don't want to do that right now. I want to just go back to Steel Path and, clean up a little. Because we still have Steel Path stuff I want to do. I was about to equip something else. What was it? Was I about to do something else? Oh, right. We used up all these mods when we killed that Lich, so I need to equip more. Just equip some random stuff. And we can take these defiled ones, these spent mods, and we can re-roll them. We can sort of condense them down and re-roll them to get more. Which is a little bit better than just, like, grinding for them, because I'm not a fan of the farm. I would rather not. Another Ool. You can get Ool through transmutation. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't want all of these Ools. Please stop giving them to me. Alright, we're switching back to Steel Path. And we're gonna go... Gives, like... But would I want to do, like, the Void? Is there Void Survival? I think there's Void Survival, is there? There is, like, right there. Mobile defense... Sabotage... Yeah, let's try to do Void Survival. Fuck it. Let's unlock it. We might as well do some extra nodes. Because I have not, I haven't finished the Steel Path, version of the star chart yet. I just realized I already had water. Why'd I get more? That's completely unnecessary.
These are
This might suck because the mobile defense targets, they can die. Which is not good. And I think, yeah, we'll game over if any of them die.
Here is a terminal.
Something to look out for.
Get in and get ready.
Ooh, and this is an annoying spot for them to do.
Come in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
Oh my god, yeah, all angles right now. Absolutely all angles. I need energy. No, no, I want to be... No, it's on the wrong side. No, I just... Okay, whatever. Everyone's hit with my buff anyway. My debuff, who cares? I thought I had Pillage equipped again, but that is not the case. I accidentally rotated my fucking boats by tapping one. Something you never want to do on Wisp if you have the augment that lets her combine all of her stuff together, like I have here. I think the problem is I have this, like, inside, so I can't target it. It's actually, like, inside the target. The defense thing. Which is bad. I don't want it to do that.
Terminal hacked. Keep moving. I need access to a terminal. Find one and patch me in.
Oh my god, this isn't even like the game. That's just me running into a fucking wall like genius. Absolute brain genius. Hand-eye coordination, god.
Drop me in and defend our position.
This isn't so bad so far.
I'm in, Tenno. This will take.
She's in. Lotus is a hacker, by the way. It's canon. He's fucking epic. Lotus is so epic. Don't ask why she's purple, though. Don't worry about it.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
We might actually run into an Acolyte. If an Acolyte shows up, it will absolutely fucking kill the defense target. That's gonna be bad. I might like wait after I finish this one, because if we get hit with like a radiation proc by one of the acolytes, we will friendly fire. That enables friendly fire on us, and we will just like instantly jib the fucking defense system.
We are finished here. Move on.
Who's the toxic guy? Oh. We're getting a little overwhelmed here. We're moving anyway, so it's fine. The sort of this set of enemies has a couple like support units that can be a real pain.
Upload me and prepare to defend.
You know what? We're risking it. I don't care.
I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
Okay.
My Warframe is strong.
My Warframe. Well, you know what? I should consider. If I add radiation to my Tsar, I'm gonna have to like change my mods around. Wait. That's a problem for later. Anyway. Corrupted heavy gunners. These enemies right here are the tankiest, like, normal enemies you'll ever find in the game, and this is in the tankiest, like, difficulty zone. So like, we need to pour a lot of damage into them, but we're still like melting. That's pretty sweet. Okay, I don't think an Acolyte's gonna come one-shot us. That's cool. Look at that, especially in Eximus, which has like just more health. More everything. This one too. Look at how, like 200 feet procs. Oh, did I run out of ammo? Oh shit, I ran out of ammo.
But we did it.
Damn.
Mission complete.
These guys out just because I can. It feels good. This sort of set of enemies is like one of the tougher ones in the game. So being able just to like melt through them still. Don't love it. Alright.
It is done, Tenno.
Got some Argon Crystals. These things like decay over time, so this is like a thing that you'll always need to grind if you need them, because you can't just like stockpile them. And I need to check and see, because there's a couple items I could be crafting right now with Argon Crystals specifically. Alright. Let's take a look. Argon. Bara, yeah. Deja. Devagoth part, or Ureli part. How much do we have of all these? Have all of Ureli's parts. But Ivara we can feed to the helmet. That, but we're missing on one of the boots. Oh, hold on. And really, Ivara, Neja, how many of his parts do we have? We're likely to use, but I still, again, we don't have all of his parts, but fuck it. Yep, while we're at it. Alright. One more until we get our survival. Doing Void survival might be a little bit too hard, though. We'll have to... Oh, I'm still in... What a public. I forgot I was still solo.
The art of combat must be practiced.
Thank you,
To
Tesh.
truly master
Wrong.
war.
My intel suggests there are rich.
Yeah, the shotgun on the Tsar is fine, but it's definitely like way weaker.
Search them out if you are willing to
It has, you know, all of your physical damage types on it, which the explosion doesn't really have. But with Hunter Munitions, being able just to like create to create slash rocks out of thin air. Alright, this is also mobile defense. This is mobile defense, but it looks different. Forgot. Oh, we're gonna have to fight a mini-boss. Oh no, we're gonna have to fight a mini-boss. Uh-oh. I might die while I'm doing this. Fuck him. This might be a problem. Actually, you know what? Enemy spawns are never very high. So I grind one of these missions. I think it's not this exact mission. It's a mission like it. It's a higher level void mission outside of Steel Path. Marduk, I think. I grind that for like relic drops, which are the like items you use to get like prime parts and stuff. As Wukong, I can speedrun this mission pretty quickly. That said, we are in Steel Path, so I kind of suspect a little bit of hardship here. I have no energy. I have some energy. There's a ball trying to attack my fucking thing. So the ancients, the corrupted ancients, are like buff enemies, or rather buffing type things, and they like, I don't know exactly what they do, but they reduce the damage taken by their allies. So if you're ever fighting a group of corrupted enemies, you want to prioritize the ancient. That's in their ranks first.
There's the torsion beam device, but they've taken the void key. Find it.
We've teleported to Earth. This is Earth. Welcome to Earth. And there's a mini boss here we have to now kill, which might be a bit of a problem. Although we are dealing enough damage. Okay. Oh shit, I guess they're dead already. But, I think the stalker might be coming to say hi.
You got the key. Now get back to the portal.
The lights are fucking... Oh, no, it's just these assholes. You can ignore them. He talks a big game, but he's not important. Don't worry about him at all. We're done. We have to leave now.
Through the portal now. It's about to collapse.
It's about to go critical. Get him out of there. Can I not stand? I'm like I've been saying, I get stuck on walls and stuff. That exact thing happens to me all the time, where I will just like be standing on top of a doorway for some reason. Just inexplicably, that's just where I ended up.
Objective complete. The void key and torsion beam device are out of commission.
There we go. Now we can do the survival. Everyone's talking over each other.
There are still undiscovered supply caches in the area.
Lotus, I'm leaving. It's too late.
Locate them before leaving.
Lotus. Lotus, please. Please, Lotus. Lotus, yeah, Lotus is, she's on a bit of a delay. She's got some stream delay. She doesn't know that we've already, like, left. Can't really blame her for it. Oh well. Alright. Annie! Hey! Okay.
Your enemies have grown fierce. Use all that you have learned.
This might go poorly. Because, like, we've been
Just shut down systems.
seeing these enemy types
support capsules your way.
are kind of annoying. Sort of like bastards sometimes. Also, I don't know what the best rooms are in this tile set for doing survival. As you can see here, we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 entrances into this room. Isn't great. Someone else is here though. Yeah, you know what? Let's stay in here if they're gonna be in here. Might as well. We're melting through these guys now, but these aren't the heavy types. These are all the much lighter enemies. Fucking tons of mod drops. Like a lot of mod drops.
Life support on the way.
Oh, I am invisible. There's an Octavia here, so I was like, oh, I'll get the invisibility buff. But Wisp has a special, like, passive effect where her invisibility looks aesthetically different. She doesn't actually go, like, fully invisible. She just gets all, like, glittery like this. Because Wisp's passive is, whenever she's not touching the ground, she is invisible. And just so, like, you can never... Just so, like, Wisp isn't constantly completely invisible, they gave her a special effect for it. Make it like not look weird when she's doing it all the time. Like the big spinny thing? I think it's neat. I think it's real fucking neat.
Prepare for life support.
Man, I feel like I'm about to sneeze. I think I actually caught it that time. At least it looks like I did. Make sure to turn my mic off. Physically turn it off. Octavia's not grabbing my buff.
Capsule is now available.
She's not grabbing my buff. Standing right here. Take my buff. I think she's doing the big-brained, just stand still and be invisible play. Which Octavia is unironically great for. Octavia makes, like, the gameplay itself. The only reason she hasn't been nerfed, like, ever is because people just don't like playing her. They just don't know how she works. Oh, here comes a wisp. Here comes a fucking Acolyte. Look at that. There you are. Ow, I got shot. I was shot by fucking whoever that was. What? Oh, Octavia's there and she's invisible and she I hit her with my fucking Czar and it blew me up. In the age of self-damage, that would have killed me, and I would have been having a fucking roll. Look at these fucking numbers. You can't even read these numbers. There's just so many numbers.
When you are ready, go to extraction.
No human can read all these numbers. This is fucking Animal Crossing music? I mean, I guess this was at the beginning of the stream too, but like... Alright. I don't know all the Animal Crossing music in the world, so... I can't say much about that. Invisibility. 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 So Octavia's thing is one of her buffs when she has her like big aura activated. If you crouch in time with the music, you get invisible. And most Octavias just have the rhythm set to just be spam, like as fast as you can possibly make it. Which makes it simple, easy for people to like inherit. We're having a pretty easy time here. None of those guys get hit with my... I don't think there's a line of sight restriction on my 3. Oh, here comes another one. Comes another one. I'll stand up here where no one can hurt me. Watch Torment spawn up here. Oh, my throat. My throat's been irritating me this stream. Or has it? I don't know. How long have I been streaming? I couldn't tell you. I mean, I could tell you. It's 3 hours, 9 minutes, 46 seconds. 49 seconds. I don't know how long I want this stream to be. There you go. Probably shouldn't go for too much longer. Just because of the nature of Warframe, I could just keep going. It depends on if people are enjoying it, but today's been quiet anyway, so. Die. You specifically. sleep in over here just because there's a bunch of items with a pile of dead bodies. Teleport to it, dude. Come on. You know how to do it. The heavies are all here now, but like they're not doing that much. And like the heavy gunners, the real tanks, they're just becoming like big turrets of damage from my 3. Their huge like health pools are just helping me like nuke everything around them. Literally. It feels like radiation. Can you even see what's going on right now? Let them walk in. A lot of them are still stunned. I don't know what that was. Something fucking knocked me over. Oh, bleed for me. There you go. Now that I'm like observing it, there does seem to be a fair amount of impact procs, status effects getting put on people. Notice a few. Maybe the direct hit is less specific than I thought it was, or maybe the impact is on the exclude. I don't think it was. Got him. Can I leave now? I'm pretty sure it's max 3. I could be wrong. I'm just saying because this Octavia isn't leaving immediately, but maybe she's waiting for the... Oh, there she is. I guess. Nobody live in there. Is she going? Yeah, she's going. This also has a teleport. She sends out, what's it called? The Will-O-Wisp. And, if you hold the button down, it goes way faster. And when you let go of the button, you teleport to it. You can also make it go slower by just tapping it. And then you can tap it again. It draws enemy fire and stuff, which is neat, but I think it does. I think it also, like, stuns or inflicts radiation or something.
Will serve you well.
Hey! One of the things we need. Ah, nice. And that's a new node done on the Steel Path Star chart. It's always good to try and clear those out. There isn't like a rail jack Steel Path, is there? Absolutely not. I could not remember. Ah! Just 5 more of those. One more of these, and this is all knocked out. And that's it. Then we don't have to do this grind anymore. Unless we need, like, Steel Essence. Let's actually see if there's anything we can buy with Steel Essence right now. Gotta go here.
We were led astray. We forgot the conclave. So when that...
Alright. There's a whole bunch of endo. That's a lot of endo. There's still a few cosmetic rewards I don't have. I have all of this outfit. I've got both of these. I've got these, this. I don't have Protea. I've got this. I've got that. I don't need this. I don't need these right now, but these are cheap. Who cares? This is a pretty decent... This is actually a decent enough source of Kuva. If you do your dailies, you get, like... You can buy at least one of these if you do your dailies, like, every day. That's an okay amount of Kuva. It's not that much. This endo, though, I'm totally buying this. That's a fuckload of endo. So, every week, Keshin has, like, 1, maybe 2 weekly items you can buy. And they're usually, like, really significant, like an Umbral Forma or a Riven Cipher or something like that. You know what? You know what? I think I'm gonna call it a stream for today. We've gone for 3 hours, 20 minutes. I think that's enough time. I think that's a plenty enough stream time for us. Playing I'm just gonna say playing Animal Crossing. We're not playing Animal Crossing. We're playing Warframe this whole time. In case you missed out on that. You know what we could do? You know what we could do? Just before we end the stream. One of the new, like, that fucking Nickelodeon, like, Smash game. There's a new, character overview trailer out for that, like, now. It's fucking Oblina from All Real Monsters. Let's look at that. Let's look at that real quick before we, call it a day. God, come on. Ah, OBS. OBS is not okay right now. Warframe does weird things to my fucking computer. Alright, why is it not? Okay, there you go. Oh, you know what? I need to turn the fucking music off. Alright. Let's put this. Take a wild guess where we are in my scenes.
Hey everybody, my name is Thaddeus.
So I was talking with my friends last night because I watched all of these like character overviews that were out so far, and this game looks fucking janky as hell. It is very clearly a budget title, and it shows in so many ways. I'm still kind of looking forward to it because I'm not expecting it to be like great, but I'm expecting it to be... There's no closed captions, by the way, sorry. But I'm expecting it to be interesting, I guess.
Thaddeus Cruz from the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl development team. And today, we'll be showcasing the moveset of the smart and scary monster, Oblina. Oblina is a tiny character with great projectiles and lots of mobility. She excels at zoning out her opponents with her specials and punishing any missteps. It's time to scare the opposition. Let's begin the spooks with Oblina's light attacks. Oblina's light neutral is Claw Slash.
Like,
her light up is Tail Slap. And her light down is Battering Eyes.
Like, this character is, like, really simple, generally speaking, but, like, if you just, like...
And now let's talk about Oblina's air light attack.
Like, there's some animation stuff, like Patrick getting knocked up like that looks fine.
There is Wheel Spin.
That one's not that bad. Okay. So, like, some of the problems with some of these animations is how stiff they are. This one looks like it's fine. Yeah, like, this has some, like, lead up to it. You can see she's, like, moving. There's frames of transition in the animation. And then when she comes out of it, there's transition frames out of it. But I specified this because there's a lot of animations in this game that have hard cuts. There's no smoothing or anything.
Her light up air is
really weird.
Aerial Tail Slap. And her light down air is Aerial Claw Slash. Oblina's light dash attack is Snake Tackle.
Also, this man's voice deals psychic damage to me.
Show off her shape-shifting abilities with her strong attacks. Oblina's strong neutral is Big Scare.
Yeah, there's a little bit with this thing where, like, the end of that animation just feels like it feels weird.
Tongue Lash.
This is one of the better characters in terms of just... Maybe it's just because of, like...
And her strong down is...
She's a fucking, like, tube of meat. Instead of, like...
Ugh, what a wonderfully horrendous attack.
I don't know which... You know what? I know which character it is that looked like the worst. I'll pull them. I'll pull them up after this.
Air Chomp. Her strong up air is... Aerial Tongue Lash. And her strong down air is Heart Slam.
Like, this stage looks fine.
Dash is
some of the stages look really not good.
Big Chomp. The nightmare continues with Oblina's special attacks. Oblina's neutral special is Garbage Breath.
Hey, you forgot to turn the timer off.
Blob that stays on the ground until it evaporates. Any opponent that touches the goo is damaged. The gooey blob has a short cooldown, but while charging up, performing the same move will make her shoot a random piece of trash instead. Oblina's up special is...
A lot of the projectiles seem kind of slow.
She moves upwards while dealing damage with her spinning...
No, that's the case in Smash, too.
Oblina's down special is...
It's kind of paired with, like, the floatiness of a lot of the animations.
She winds up into a wheel shape and rolls horizontally a set distance before uncurling. Try using it as a good mix-up option when recovering. And finally, Oblina's taunt is, naturally, quite scary as well.
Yeah, like, the taunts especially look kind of, like, fucked, but hers is fine.
Stage is the dump. This is a medium-sized stage with up to 3 platforms that periodically lower down from the left, right, and top of the stage. You do not want to be standing on one of these once they retract.
Blatant, like, I love that they don't even, like, hide.
Day at the entrance of the Monster Academy.
Smash stuff. Also, the fucking Howie scream, is that just, like, in the music? Have you been hearing that? Hold on.
Ooh, looks like the Gromble's having a pleasant day at the entrance of the Monster Academy.
Right there. That's the fucking Howie scream.
Now, Let's witness
It is in the music.
scare the living daylights out of her opponent.
Fucking Howie scream is just in the music.
Real match.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1.
That's funny as fuck, actually. That's really fucking funny. Ooh, frame rate. The frame rate's looking a little crusty there. I have to assume that's a recording thing, because normally the frame rate looks like this, and it's fine. But you can see how, like, Patrick's, like, recovery move, how he just, like, stops. He just, like, it's very stiff, the way he just, like, stops and then, like, moves at, like, a single speed. Like, the fuck is this shit? Well, let's... Fucking... Okay, so there's a couple of these. Got SpongeBob, Sandy, Ren and Stimpy. So this is... These fuckers. I love Ren and Stimpy. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. I know what I know the problem with Ren and Stimpy. Yes. Yes, I know the dude who made Ren and Stimpy is a fucking awful person. Anyway. And like, first of all, man, how cynical this whole game is, just like blatantly pandering to the older millennials who grew up with Nickelodeon, and they put all these licenses in here that like actual kids watching the channel right now don't know about. And also, for some reason, people are complaining about the Loud House being in this game. They're like, who the fuck are these kids? And it's like that's like one of the only, other than SpongeBob, actual shows that are currently like running on Nickelodeon. Also Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Hello everyone, my name is Marcos Villalobos from the Nickelodeon All-Star Development Team, and today I'll share with you the
SpongeBob looks
of the
fine, right?
Duo, Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy are a mix-up type character with a variety of attacks.
So Ren and Stimpy is like fucking Banjo-Kazooie in this.
Same time. They are relatively slow with their movement and attacks, but they more than make up for it with their heavy weight and wide area of damage. First things first, Ren and Stimpy's light attack.
Okay. Well, okay. So there was one attack in there that was like looked particularly egregious.
With their heavy weight and wide
I want to see if I can like
damage.
pinpoint it.
First things first, Ren and Stimpy.
Like that knock up there. This video is rendered at double the frame rate that it's actually at. I had to hit the okay. I want to zoom in on this attack. Oh god, why am I doing this? Here he comes. So like, okay, here. So we're like neutral, we're moving to the right, we're attacking. In one frame of difference. Right? We're like normally. Also, wow, SpongeBob's eyelashes, like his upper eyelids are clipping through his eyes there. It's very stiff, is what I'm saying. You can see it in motion.
Keep it together. Their light up is Lick and Stomp. In this move, Ren deals damage downwards, while Stimpy deals damage upwards.
Look at how
to the
stiff
other
that
side.
is.
This makes it useful for covering both sides when your opponent is trying to recover. And their light down is Wild Swing.
Look at that!
With this attack, Ren covers the upper area, while Stimpy also attacks by doing a split that covers the downward sides of the character.
This is the worst animation. There's one animation that I think is like absolutely the worst one I have. And it's like towards the end.
Ren and Stimpy's light neutral air is Best of Friends.
Like, that looks
this
fine.
Move deals damage to
That one looks
left
okay.
and right, but Stimpy's side has a significantly bigger hitbox. Ren and Stimpy's light upper is Aerial Lick and Stomp. Because of Ren and Stimpy's double-sided attack tendencies, you can get very creative with it by using the strafe button to mix up your opponents with moves like this. And their light downer is Aerial Wall Swing. Their light dash attack is...
Okay. Yeah. They got a moveset.
Second thing second, Ren and Stimpy's... And their strong down is... Back off, you beast!
It's their taunt I want to show you.
Let's take a look at Ren and Stimpy's air strong attacks. Deals damage upward. Dive Bomb. Stay clear of and behold Ren and Stimpy's special attacks. They throw Blamo's iconic them upwards and damages around you. Their down special is First Fart. This move makes Stimpy quite instinctive.
Yeah, they have the Wario fart mechanic.
Twice. And finally, Ren and Stimpy's stunt move. What a...
There it is. Okay, here it is. It's this shit. This fucking taunt, it looks so bad. This looks so bad. A lot of the taunts look like this. So... Okay. Hey guys, I'm gonna activate my taunt. You see the problem here? They just fucking teleport. They even change what side they're on. Like Stimpy's on the left, Ren's on the right. And now, well actually wait. That is consistent, never mind. But like... And then like the actual animation is like that? And then they go immediately back! Like what the fuck? They immediately snap back. Like there's no transition at all.
Their stage is called Space Madness.
Also their stage is fucking Pokefloats. Basically.
It's a medium-sized stage with a bunch of floating side-scrolling platforms.
This stage looks like it's fucking terrible.
The more it falls to the bottom. Try your best to stay alive in these...
There's a lot of like, oh that ain't legal.
Perfect.
Like this game looks like it'll be fun. Like I'm definitely going to enjoy spending a day like, I don't know, maybe at like a friend's house or something or online and just like fucking around with this game. Like I can see getting 2 nights of entertainment out of this pretty like easily. But like, oh my god, Danny Phantom looks so fucking terrible. This was the same in the kart racing game that has the same art style that they released last year. Danny Phantom looks so bad. Danny Phantom looks so bad.
Property of Phantom Work.
Like, just look at his model. Look at him.
Strong up is...
Look at him. Like, you got SpongeBob. Pristine SpongeBob. And then you got whatever the fuck Danny Phantom is right here. Like... Whatever.
Double punch.
I think the stage looks nice. The stage works.
And his strong down is Power Dash. He moves forward a bit, dealing damage. Use it as a mix-up option when you want to attack and reposition. Moving.
Yeah. It all of fucking what's-his-face's like character designs look dreadful in like 3. I don't know why Nickelodeon keeps trying to like do that. They've historically always been trying to fucking do that, and it's always bad.
Danny Phantom's strong neutral air is Ring Burst.
And a lot of these animations, and this is like kind of the case with a lot of these characters, where their animations feel like not just like that they're animated poorly or stiffly or anything, they just kind of feel underwhelming, generally speaking. There's a few characters that's not the case. Like I think Leonardo looks cool. Like Leonardo looks like a character I want to play.
Leonardo is a...
You know, give me the gameplay. Like this looks like a character I could believe was in Smash a little bit. He's got like move sets that have big sort of animations. Like it feels like a lot of these characters are gonna have like, if a character isn't like literally holding a weapon, their range is really short. I'm kind of worried that like characters with a bit of reach are gonna like just fucking stomp on everything, but but I don't know. I'm not a fucking professional Smash player. I literally have no authority to speak either way on this shit. Oh well. I don't know. I think it could be interesting. I do think it could be interesting, but we really have to like see for ourselves about that. That's the wrong fucking screen. That's the right screen. All right. Well, anyway, that was a weird diversion. Thank you guys for watching. That took like. I'll see you later. Maybe not. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. I might do a stream tomorrow. But regardless. Bye bye. Okay. Okay. Bye. Okay. Bye.